right, we got Michael Dowd in here. Thank you for coming in, Michael.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
NYPD cop, documentary. I think it's more of a movie. The 7-5,
Right.
awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. And before we get into your whole life with that, in present day now,
Right.
you know, they're defunding the police, you know, and, you know, imagine you're a cop. You don't know who you're pulling over,
Right.
you know, or you were a cop,
Right.
and you don't know who you're pulling over.
Right.
That's just crazy to do that. And then one cop makes a mistake, and now every cop is bad.
Right.
What is your take on the way things are now with that? Because, you know, if people watching that have seen the 7-5,
Right.
you know, they see that what you did, and, you know, now you go and you talk to people and try to train, you know, officers that are in the academy and police officers now,
right.
what they're up against and what they're going to run into and whatever else. So when you look at things now,
Right.
what's your take on what they're doing?
Well, obviously, first of all, most police officers are really just doing their job, okay? And the way I see it, and it happened to me in my career, is people immediately assume that you're pulling them over for a reason that they think, not what is actually the truth, you know? What they call it today is my truth, right? So someone gets pulled over, they think because either they're Hispanic, black, Asian, and a white police officer pulls. In fact, many times it's even a black police officer pulls them over, and the claim is it's you pulled me over because I'm black or Asian or Hispanic, and I assure you that unless it's like one of those scenarios where the cop turns around because he saw something suspicious in the vehicle, like a white guy and a black guy, and the guy ducked down. Like those are the reasons people get pulled over, but you don't see that, you know. That doesn't make the highlight film, you know. The guy ducked down. The police officer generally might find some suspicion in that. So that person may get pulled over. Their answer is going to be, you pulled us over because I was a black guy and a white guy in a car, but that's not normally the case. There's usually a reason other than that, right? Or you're, you know, the marijuana, you know, cigarette fell out the window, but you didn't tell your parents that when you got pulled over. I mean, I know I wouldn't have.
Yeah, right.
So in other words, the perspective of the police today is that because everything is videoed, right? Let's assume everything's videoed, right? Is that there's always an underlying prejudice for the confrontation. But from my experience, and I assume it's still today, people call 911. Like, why are you knocking on my door, police officer? Well, there's 400,000 doors between the station house and here and my trip home, and I didn't pick your door because I found it interesting. Someone called 911. So, like, people have to understand that today's confrontations with police that we all see, and first of all, it's never going to be pretty. Right? Especially if someone doesn't want to get arrested, right? It's just never going to end nice. I mean, we've all been on the wrong side of an arrest, or the right side of an arrest in some situations. But and it's never really pretty. I mean, I know I'm getting arrested. I'm like, what can I do? Like, how do I get out of this one? You know, Lord, how do I get out of this one? So and I'm thinking with my logically, I can't. I'm caught him in trouble, so I didn't want to knock the guy out. Although I really wanted to, I knew that wasn't going to help my situation. I wasn't going to get away with it. So people today, they think they come with the initial confrontation as if it's
a threat.
Yeah, like the police aren't doing their job now. They're attacking me. So that's a total different, like that's a game changer. These police aren't doing their job pulling me over because I have no headlights on at 3 a.m. They're pulling me over because they noticed that I didn't fit the script, whatever that script is, or they're profiling me. It's totally the opposite from my knowledge. And if cops are doing that, then they really don't belong on the job because that's not what you're there for. You're there to serve people. You're there to serve the public, whatever that entails, you know. So that's my take on.
So when you go talk, you know, because you did your time,
right.
You went through what you went through,
right.
and you've changed your life. So
right.
now when you go talk to a person who's going to be a police officer,
right.
and you're letting him know, look, this is what you're up against.
Right.
You know, how does that change? Like, how do you change that? Because the media has put in that perspective. They only show the bad shit,
right?
Right? They don't fucking show the cop that pulled a kid out of the ocean that was about to fucking die and risked his own life when he's got a family of his own making, what, $30K a year?
Right, say 70. Say 70.
Even if he's making 70, he's risking it. But you don't see that.
Right.
But a cop pulls, a bad cop, which may be one out of however a gazillion.
Let's say 1 out of 100. That's
okay.
1%.
1%.
Right.
1% of the cops pulls over somebody because he's got a hard on and he's using his power badge to be a powerhouse.
Right.
Now it's all over the fucking news.
Right.
So now naturally the normal person watching the news is going to be like, oh, well, they're out to fucking get me.
Right.
Now, how do you tell an officer doing the right thing, trying to make a career for himself, look, this is what the fuck you're up against.
Right.
And then you got to tell him, hey, and by the way, they're defunding you. I mean, how the fuck do you, what kind of, what do you even say?
So you have no support, right? So I tell them, find another career. I mean, for real, I have family members that are considering careers in law enforcement, and it's difficult right now. I tell them that when I was a police officer, of course, we all know what I did, but I tell them it was the best job in the world at the time, until even, of course, before I went bad. And then when I went bad, it was even better, right? Because I turned it for me. Like I turned the job to my, it became my outlet. People scream in different directions, right? When they have something going on, I went in the direction that took me into corruption. But when I first became a police officer, I was proud of it. I actually didn't take the police job to go out there and rob drug dealers and snort and sell cocaine. That wasn't my goal in life, So today, when I speak to young guys that are interested in a police career, I try to tell them it's not going to be easy. It can be very rewarding, but I caution you to know that the game's changed, and you can. So this is what I always say to people: you're one step from being arrested as a police officer every day. If you can live with that, good luck. But because that's real, because like every interaction we have with the public as a police officer, I say they potentially can go wrong. And potentially can end up today with you being arrested. Whereas in the past, it may have been a different approach. It would have been like, okay, the police and the individual had a conflict, and clearly the police officer's making a lawful arrest for whatever the situation was, and the person may have a black eye or a bruised rib or something because it took force to secure the individual. But today, even then, it didn't look pretty, right? But back in the 80s, when I was doing it, it didn't look pretty. I mean, I had people say, what are you beating this guy up for? Well, he just raped a 14-year-old girl in the schoolyard, and I'm trying to cuff him. I'm not here to beat him up. I'm trying to handcuff him, and he's resisting. So in a situation like that, it's never going to look good. So today, you'll end up arrested. And there's a good chance. There's a good chance today you're going to get arrested.
And the person that just raped the girl will get off because you had to beat his ass to put him in cuffs. When you didn't go there to beat his ass.
No.
You went there to arrest him and protect the woman as doing your job.
The 14-year-old girl.
Jesus fucking Christ. Right. Who deserves a beat down.
Yeah. In her Catholic school outfit,
Yeah.
Dress.
So he deserves a beat down either way.
Right.
But
we would say.
Right. Oh, gee. Oh, but now it's fucking, what is it, bullying?
Yeah, whatever it is.
Which one off the list?
We just did misconduct.
Misconduct.
Good. Check.
But you're going as a police officer to do your job and arrest that person who's raping a little girl, and the guy won't get into cuffs. What are you supposed to do? Yeah. Let him beat the fuck out of you and not put cuffs on him? And then go rape her again?
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Okay.
Yeah. If it was your kid, would you?
Well, if it was, well,
right. We might not be talking to the police anyway.
I don't think we'd be sitting here together right now,
Yeah.
But so like what I'm saying is, you're going around talking to all these people. I mean, how many do they take you seriously?
Oh yeah,
they do.
Yeah, because today people are aware. Like I spoke with someone today about a career. Today, every day I speak to somebody about a career in law enforcement. In fact, I was at the pool where I was staying. And this young man, 24 years old, wife and 2 kids, two kids, said, I wouldn't want to be a cop today. And here's a 24, that's the age that you want your police officers to be interested. And here's a 24-year-old guy. He may have had some military even, I'm not sure. But I didn't want to ask him. I didn't want to get too deep. And he's like, man, it's not easy being a cop today. I feel for those guys out there today. And most 24-year-old guys are like, fuck the police, right? I mean, come on. They're fuck the police, or they're military, and they're like, they understand, And this guy was like, well, I wouldn't want to be a cop today. And that's the pool, like, you're supposed to be drawing from, right? And that's the mainstream young guy today.
And then you got social media on top of it that just makes everything worse. I mean, we can have social media, right? Yeah.
We have 20,000, 5,000, 15,000, 100,000 followers, and one motherfucker, one prick can fuck your whole day up. And I'm like,
fuck your life up.
Yeah, even. I even had a situation go down with which I said something foolish, and I agreed, and I even apologized to the person on the side, but that was a female. She didn't give a fuck. She sent her fucking dogs out, and they fucking blasted me for days. Dear God, I just want to crawl under a rock. I said, I'm sorry, you're right. I misspoke. But I mean, the truth sometimes is a misspeak, right?
Right.
It is the truth, but I shouldn't have said it.
Did he get the mic? I'm sick and tired of your fucking sorry.
Yes.
Did he get that?
Yeah.
I've heard that about a gazillion fucking times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why 24? Why is that like the age?
Well, you know why? Because most men start to hit their prime physically, mentally, and you become aware. See, so when I was a cop, I became a cop at like 21 years. I just turned 21. And for me, as I look back, and when I testified before the Mullen Commission, you remember?
Yeah.
Like, they asked me some of the things that I would recommend. Like, even back then, like in the 90s, they were asking me what I would recommend to help the police. I said, look, I was 21 years old. I was a clamor in the Bay. I didn't have any kids. I didn't have any wife. I didn't know what the life's goals were. I was just trying to find my way. I said, now you give me your gun and a badge and you tell me to go in a guy's house who's 44 years old with 3 kids. He's an iron worker. He just got in the house. He was on fucking Empire State Building, cleaning windows, bending metal. And I'm going to tell him how to treat his wife and kids and his family. And, he just wants to have a 6-pack and put his feet up in the fucking air and be left alone. Yeah. And I'm telling him he shouldn't be doing this. I mean, who am I? I don't know. I don't have the experience in life. Yeah, I know what the textbook says, how to treat these things, or socialize. Yeah, what's the class?
Socialize?
Yeah, no. We had a class.
In the police academy?
Yeah. It's 6 months in the police academy. They give you a class in sociology type shit, whatever. I forget. But like how to address family issues and how to handle those things or whatever. And yeah, sure. But in practice, it's like reading the textbook in accounting. Okay, this looks great, and we don't do that in the real world. We do it this way,
Yeah. So when you went through police academy, how much of that did you actually? When you go through it,
right?
You have to go through it either way,
right?
I mean, you're not going to,
right?
But,
it's like any military
just like
training.
Fucking school or college,
right?
You use like 2% of it,
maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. We're giving. We're being nice
really.
at the 2%.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
In the academy, what they teach it is it. How do I put this way? With the way they teach it now,
right?
Are they teaching it where it's situations like we're talking about right now before we get into your whole life,
right? That
this is what you're up against, and this is how to deal with it? Or are they still back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s?
So I got to be honest, I don't know what they're specifically teaching today, but I can bring you back to what they taught when I was specifically in the academy, and then what I've learned from others today.
Sure.
Because I speak to cops like every day, from back in the day and current ones now. Even like people call me up and they want to have a police career and they call me today, So from my experience, what I learned was a lot of the things of the street of New York back then, right? So certain things would be you're expected to overlook and be okay with. Even though you may think, and technically it's wrong, it's inappropriate, whatever it is, you would taught to, you can overlook that. The guys are out rolling dice, and it's 3 a.m. Who are they bothering? They're playing with each other. You know what I mean? Like, or guys are having a couple beers, they're driving home. You pull them over, you smell the beer, but no, they're not hammered, they're not out of their mind. You can take their keys if you need to, whatever. So it was a lot more discretion involved, and the social interactions were more for like. Back then, they wanted us to like be interested in protecting families and children, which
that's how it should.
Which is what it should be, right? So that was fine. But today, from what I understand, it's more like they're more like aware of this whole like critical race type shit. Like they're making cops aware of how people are treating others without a crime being committed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's not appropriate behavior, which could lead to something else. Or someone broke a window, but it's not that person's fault. It's the window's fault. I mean, they're desensitizing crime. They're making crime acceptable, and they're teaching cops today that it's more and more acceptable to see crime in a different light, like a revenge, or get back.
Like make up for time lost,
like getting
that we
paid.
let go.
Like getting paid.
Yeah.
Like when Dinkins was mayor, it was time to get paid for the whole
rigmarole.
The whole different communities that felt that they were on the outside. And straight up,
Yeah.
It's time to get ours. That's what they used to say.
So in a way, it's kind of like a get back.
Exactly.
In so many words.
Yeah, so you're supposed to say it's okay.
Yeah.
And maybe it's okay, but not if it's my store. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or not if it's my car or my house. Or my child. It's not okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you got a tough battle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. They do.
No.
They do today.
No, right. But I'm saying you have a tough battle as like trying to redeem yourself for what you did wrong, and now, that you want to do that. Now you're going and talking to these kids at the worst fucking possible time. To try to give back.
Exactly. Yeah, you're correct. And the bottom line I tell them is if you're going to go in that direction, you're going to sacrifice. And then I pull out the old Trump card.
Yeah.
The Trump card it's public service.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I recommend it.
Yeah.
But that's what it is.
At last thing, then we'll get on to your thing. What about the defunding? That's just fucking crazy. What are we gonna do about that? Because believe it or not, we both been through our things. I don't have any problem with a cop doing the right thing or a Fed doing the right thing.
Never did.
No. As long as they're respectful, yeah. If I do something wrong,
if I treat them like shit, they should treat me like shit. And most times they won't.
Yeah.
But they can.
Right.
And that's it's like someone says, fuck you. I just gave you an opening to do what you think is necessary for you, right? In my world, if someone said fuck you, it was fine to fight. I don't know. That's how I was raised.
And I absolutely. And,
right.
And we all, us three are the same.
Yeah, that's how I was raised. So in prison, a guy says to me, why don't you tell him to shut the fuck up? A bunch of animals down there screaming. I said, because if I tell him to shut the fuck up, what's the next thing that's going to happen? There's 8 of them fucking arguing about a score of a basketball game or someone's shoes.
Or a TV channel.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it is. If I tell them to shut the fuck up and someone turns around and tells me, what are you going to do about it? I got to do something. So I'm aware, right? So defund the police. Go ahead. Defund the police, then call them. How about that? How about you don't get to call the police if you voted to defund the police? And fuck you.
Yeah, and then what?
I mean, I'm serious.
And I think
I'm serious.
And I'm with you. And I think, and they're going.
That's for fucking real.
Yeah, no.
You voted to defund them. You don't get the Trump card. You don't get to call the police. Is that good? Are we good?
I think that would be good.
That's fine.
Because
and I'm good with that.
And I am too, because I think that's the only way that it will change. I think that's the only shot it will change.
Yeah. Did you get your shot? Your COVID shot?
Fuck no.
Okay. But if you didn't, you can't go to the baseball game. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I won't go to the baseball game. Did you vote for the fucking police to vote to defund the police? Where's your card? You got your fucking defund the police card?
That's a good point.
Let's go. Bring it out. Because that's what's going to happen soon. We're all going to need cards. France is going fucking crazy over the cards now. They're marching in the streets.
Oh God.
For the fucking they don't want them. The people. I mean, French people are crazy, but they don't want the fucking the COVID card over there because now you're tracking everybody's movements, and that's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming, Dr. Fauci. It's fucking coming. Okay. So you want to defund the police? We want you. We want to know that your number is on block to 911. Deal?
Well, if you have to have a COVID card, why shouldn't you have that?
That's my point.
Because you want to defund them, so don't call the police.
That's my point. So we're good with that.
Because you want to put people out of jobs, right?
Fuck the jobs. They don't want you doing police work.
Well, okay, right, okay. So when somebody rapes your kid, you deal.
Don't call me.
You deal with it, and if you hit the fucking guy, then we're gonna come arrest your ass.
Because he didn't act. He's actually with funding the police because most criminals are not with defunding the police. Yeah. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, I'm a criminal.
And I've had my share.
I mean, I'm not a...
Yeah.
I've committed...
You made mistakes.
Yes, I've done criminal acts.
Right.
Yes, and I'm not with defund the police.
I've only had...
I wish they'd let me go more often.
maybe put a word in. You know what I mean?
I can't pull out my fucking PBA card anymore. It doesn't work.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's the only way it changes. I mean, what do you think, Rob? I mean, you were in the news for a gazillion years. Like when you because he was in the 80s. When were you with Fox in Philly up there? 90s?
No, that was later, mid 2000s, 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
But you can't defund the police. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. People talk about reform. Okay, I understand reform, right? There's different ways to reform things, but you need police. You need somebody there.
Well, what he said is the only fucking way it's going to change.
Well, look at Portland. Portland, they got rid of the police, and what happened to Portland? It like burned to the ground.
Chap zone, chaps and chops.
Yeah, but it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's just going to get worse.
Yeah, I funny. So we talk about Portland. So we were watching TV one evening, and I see the guy sitting on his balcony with a party of people, and they were locals. And they happened to be in the computer industry, and you might remember the conversation. And some person in the street, I don't know if they were African American or white liberal pinky bitch, and then they're yelling at the guy, "Get out of that building! That used to be my apartment, and I don't care that you refurbished it and paid $3 million for it. It was mine. I want it back." And the guy's like, "I moved in this neighborhood to pick your neighborhood up and make it better and safer." And they're like, "We don't want it fucking safe." Oh, okay. What'd you do now? You fucked up my neighborhood because you made it safe.
Yeah.
And the narrative out there that every police officer's bad. My dad used to always tell me there's assholes in everybody.
Everybody's got
there's an asshole white guy, there's an asshole black guy, there's an asshole this, there's an asshole that. Yeah, there's an asshole cop out there. There's a lot of them. Sure, there are.
Yeah.
But not every cop is bad. But it's unfortunate
It's the media and the social media that's fucking everything up. Yeah.
And you know what? Who the fuck really wants the police unless you need them? Nobody. Yeah. Nobody. Like, hi, officer, have a nice day. You go your way, I go mine, whatever, I mean, you want a cup of coffee? All right, well, after that, what are you going to do?
I'm happy to buy him a cup of coffee because I know that, because when you guys pull over people, you don't know what the fuck you're walking up to.
You have no clue.
And I just think it's insane that, like, where I used to live in Philly, they started at 30,000 in Philly.
Yeah, I know.
You know North Philly?
Yeah.
You know how bad North Philly is?
I know people from Philly. Yes.
They were 30,000 to go, and you couldn't pay right now. Me, I wouldn't go into North Philly for 30 grand.
I wouldn't go for a week.
I wouldn't go. I mean,
you have bodyguards with you. Let's go.
You give me $100K and about 4 guys the size of The Rock.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. With weapons, and then I'll go. So anyway, so you were born in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Okay, and then you grew up in Long Island.
So as a young kid, we moved out. My father was a fireman.
Yeah, your family's all police and firemen,
police,
right?
Fire, the whole fucking thing. Yeah.
So like when
Irish fucking ghetto,
Irish Catholic
ghetto.
He's fucking Irish Catholic out of all fucking things. Irish Catholic fucking run around fucking.
Yeah. What do we do with cops and firemen and fucking plumbers or some shit?
So now, when you're like growing up, like, is that what you wanted to be, a cop?
No.
Because what'd you want to be?
No.
What'd you want to be? You can move out.
Yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to be, but I knew I didn't want to be a police officer or a fireman because my father would raise me to not to be, right? Because
really?
Most firefighters and police officers, they don't raise their child to be a police officer. They want them to be one step up, right?
Right.
Which would have been doctor, lawyer, accountant, something like that, So I was groomed for that. But the problem with a fireman grooming you for that is you don't know how to groom you for that. So it was a tough, because I was the chosen one, okay? So here I am, one of 7 kids, and I was the chosen one, right?
Yeah, I was going to say,
it's always
7 kids.
It never fucking ends well.
How many brothers and sisters?
I have 5 brothers and 1 sister. Thank God we had the pink flag flying, praying that should be a fucking... Because we had 6 boys. We had enough, please,
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they come home with a girl. We're like, yeah, we're done.
Now, how the fuck is that in Brentwood, Long Island,
Yeah.
with 7 kids in the house?
Yeah,
Woo!
it was.
I would
it
not
was a
want to
good
be
life. It was a good life.
Yeah.
It was probably. I don't remember a lot of my childhood, and I say that with, of course, I had a great childhood because it was just quick and fun.
Yeah.
You know, of course, I was the one that was the responsible one, right? So all the weight of the family decisions. Well, what about Michael? What is he? You know, like because like I was responsible for my older brothers because both of them were a little stroopy-eyed.
Are you the youngest one?
No, I'm middle. Like
You're middle.
I'm number 3 of 7. So and then my sister doesn't count. You know, because she was you know, she was the young one.
Right.
And so being the third, but being the first one, both my 2 brothers were underweight babies. They were incubated and shit like that.
That.
Well, they turned out okay. A little stroopy-eyed, but they were okay. But
maybe missing a finger.
Yeah, whatever.
Fuck it.
Yeah, but they're okay. They both got pensions. I didn't. They both got pensions.
They got pensions and they got pussy because their brother's on TV.
Right.
So, fuck it.
And don't kid yourself on that, by the way.
They should be giving you a kick.
Don't kid yourself on that.
Yeah.
That's happened more than once.
They got pussy because of you.
100 times.
Yeah.
Especially my younger brothers.
They should be, they should make payments to you.
They should be.
Yeah, and taking pictures, right? When you're single, taking pictures of videos, send them over.
Yeah.
Get some fresh.
It's from me.
Some fresh.
Show me what I got you. I had arguments with people. I said, a guy calls me up one day, you know, because social media, they send me messages. He says to me, I got laid for the first time because of your 7-5 documentary. He says, and now I'm married to the chick. This is like, hey, this is for real. This shit happens, you know.
Well, so everything that you did went to a good cause. You got your family some pussy.
I got my and friends that people I don't even know. They've gotten married over it. So
at least what you did, you paid your time and you got pussy for people. That's a win.
Everybody got laid but me.
Yeah.
I could have, but it wasn't the pussy I wanted.
Well, you were too busy fucking robbing people and dealing with the fucking cartel.
Well, by the time I had any value, I was in prison. Okay.
But what did you want to be? Did you want to be a doctor? Did you want to be in sports?
You know, I took an accounting. I took to accounting, right?
Accounting?
I don't fucking
never
know.
thought. I would have lost that.
Well, money.
Yeah.
All I could think of was money. How do
Right.
I make money, right? So I figured accountants, they get paid well. They get paid well.
Stable job.
It's stable job, and they count money all day long, or put numbers, numbers and ledgers and shit like that. You know, so
You were lining yourself up from the gate.
I was trying. Yeah, I had a penchant for money, and so I figured accounting is near money. So I mean, 18? What the fuck do you know, right? So I did that, and then I did pretty well at it, and then during the course of that process, the police department, I'm starting to lose my strength in my shoulders here. So during the course of the process of going towards my CPA license, technically, I was getting called by the police department, like interview, and it was probably 3 or 4 months worth of interviews, and it was always on a Tuesday. And that Tuesday was my accounting class, one of my main accounting classes, and I didn't do too well in that class because I missed them. And then I said, you know, I went and I saw my my first college accounting teacher back in Suffolk Community College, and Mr. Weinstein. By the way, a nice guy, a really nice guy. I think his son's actually teaching there now, but he was a good guy, and he had the hair that was like. It didn't even belong on his head. It was over here somewhere.
Yeah.
And nice Jewish fucking accountant. Anyway, and he said to me, do you want to sit behind a desk while gay and count? And make ledgers, fucking entrances and ledgers and
spreadsheets and shit.
Yeah. Or would you rather be out in the street, making something happen? I looked at him. I said, thank you very much.
Enough said, right?
Enough said. Turned around and walked out the door. Went on to have a career in the police department. That turned into a fucking life-changing disaster. I was pissed off. I should have stayed with accounting and robbed every fucking CPA fucking office in the world.
Yeah, you would have got
a white-collar crime.
Yeah.
Right? And back then, white-collar crimes weren't treated the way they are today, right? So I could have got like $200-300 million, like those other idiots in the, what's the guy's name who gives his money away now?
Who's that?
Yeah, you want to know him, right?
Yeah, I read him a letter.
All the guys back in the 80s, they were all scamming everybody out of their money. I forget their names right now because I'm getting old. I'm 60.
Whatever.
I'm 60.
You don't look 60, so
holding on. I'm holding on.
And then 82, is that when you
That's when I went in the academy.
You went in the academy in 82,
Mm-hmm.
and then you finished that, and then they put you in the 75th precinct, right?
Well, so it didn't start out that way, but
Okay, go ahead.
eventually, yeah. So I go to Queens and NSU, it's called NSU Neighborhood Stabilization Unit, is where they put the trainees. And back then, it wasn't like it is today. It was fucking. It was a fucking party. It was a fucking party, okay?
Yeah.
I was fucking drunk half the fucking time.
Yeah.
It was a pisser. Anyway, so we get trained in NSU. One of the memorable things in training was we had to go get some pizza from this pizza spot, and then we had to go get something cold to drink. So he sends us in. He says, "You want to get some cold ones, so something like that." So one of the guys comes out and he says, "Tell him you want 6 cold ones," or whatever the fuck it was. Anyway, so come out with 6 cold Budweisers back at the time, whatever it was, and beer and pizza. So now we're in, because now we just, with the training officer, we had beer and pizza. I mean, so now he's
Now
good.
you're in.
He's good. We're good. It's all good, right? No, he can't. I mean, when you do something wrong, that's how you're getting trust, right? Yeah. So here we are in training, learning to. So I broke some rookie in one day. Back, he was actually a kid from Brentwood, and I knew he was. I knew he was good, but you have to test him,
Yeah.
So I just go in there and get some cold to drink and some cold ones, and cigarettes and gum and whatever else I ordered, chips or whatever it was. So he comes out with 2 Cokes and a fucking bag of chips.
And you're like, what the fuck?
I say, "Excuse me." He goes, "Well," I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I don't know. I mean, I got some Cokes, I go, "Cokes." I said, "How old are you?" He goes, "I'm 20. He was older than me. He goes, "24. I go, "You're 24. I go, "What does cold ones mean to you?" He goes, "Well, 6-pack of Bud, I'm rookie and I'm brand new." I go, "Go get some cold ones." He goes, "Am I allowed?" I said, "Are you allowed?" "How old are you?" He goes, 24. I go, "You're allowed." Okay. Walks back in, comes out with the thing. I go, "How much do I owe?" He goes, "I don't know. I wouldn't take any money from me." I said, "Now you know how it works, okay, son of a gun."
Was he cool then after that?
Oh, yeah.
Was
He probably got locked up, too, for something. I ruined him.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I made him quit the job and go to the fire department.
Wow. Probably ended up good for him, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Most of those guys, I chased them all the way. I said, "Guys, it's hot.
Yeah.
I can't go. You go."
Well, at least you did that.
Well, no,
That's
yeah.
a plus.
No, I actually...
It's not like you didn't have a fucking heart.
No, guys came to me and I would tell them, "Listen, it doesn't look good. This is getting hot." Because then things started to break. After a while, stuff starts happening. You can't do this forever.
Yeah.
You don't live in a fucking little...
Fantasy
Yeah,
land forever.
everybody's actually seeing shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't look right. And people start talking because everybody's a bitch. There's a lot of bitches out there. Women aren't the only fucking bitches.
Yeah.
Okay, believe me when I tell you. And I don't mean to. I don't know any woman that's a bitch. By the way, I shouldn't use that term. I feel.
You lying
Except for the
You
fucking,
lying
except for the one I'm dealing with all the time.
We won't say
I'm
anything.
kidding. Bitch. I'll tell you later.
Yeah. If I don't hear from you tomorrow, I know what
you'll know.
happened.
You know.
And
She
I have
listened.
nothing to do with it. I don't want a conspiracy
She listened.
or any of that bullshit.
I couldn't get her to listen to any podcast, but this one she heard.
Yeah, you listen to this one. Yeah, great. So when you get done with the academy.
Yeah.
Okay. When
So
you're
I go
done-
to Queens. I do a little field training. I learn how to get beer.
Yeah.
I turn.
Teach
I go
the
to
rookies
7.
to get
Yeah,
beer.
I go to 7.5. So I tell the story. You probably have heard it before. I'll just share it on here because.
Thank you.
I
hate to make you repeat
No,
yourself
that's
100
okay.
times.
That's okay because it's a fact.
Yeah.
So I'm now I'm 20, maybe 2 at this time, and I'm still a lily white boy from Long Island, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I grew up in a tough, rugged neighborhood in Brentwood, which it was a little bit. I had a tough family. I was an athlete, so I was involved in sports. I had plenty of contact. I had my fights here and there. Well, I won most of them, but hey, I was young. I wasn't fighting men yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'm in the car and I'm driving down Sutter Avenue and. Now, if anybody in Brooklyn knows Sutter Avenue, they'll know what I'm saying. And if you're not in Brooklyn, but you've been on Sutter Avenue in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, you'll know what I'm saying, even the 2000s. And on the right-hand side of the road, I'm driving in, and the fucking sun's coming up from behind. So I'm looking in the mirror, and In the Ghetto comes on by Elvis. You can't make this story up. You can't. And I'm listening to, and a young man dies in the ghetto. And the mama cries and pulls a gun, and a shotgun blast kills this kid in the ghetto. And the fucking tears are rolling out of my eyes. And I'm saying, what am I doing here? I'm now on the job about a year and a half at this point. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? And on the right-hand side of the road, Eugene's, which I didn't know, but Eugene's Bodega, I would come to know. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and they're fucking throwing dice up against the wall. And I'm saying, these motherfuckers are still out here. It's 6
they didn't go to bed.
It's 6 a.m. They're playing dice. I mean, the sun's coming up, and they're playing dice. I said, oh, my God. And, everybody knows before they get somewhere the reputation of a precinct and whatnot. So I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to do some real fucking police work. Now, I just left fucking Corona, Jackson Heights, Elmhurst, Queens, which is the number one cocaine distribution point in America at that time. They called it Little Columbia. All the airports were dropping the fucking loads off. And, there was a lot of activity there. Don't get me wrong, plenty of it. But, you're not watching people shuffle kilos around. They don't say, hi, officer, I got to. Although there's a story I never really shared. I should fucking share.
Tell me the story.
Almost got me killed. But anyway, so.
I reminded you.
Yeah, so In the Ghetto's playing, and I'm driving down Sutter Avenue, and I'm headed towards the fucking precinct, which I've never been to, and I got to get a locker and set myself up. And I'm like, I should have stayed in fucking college. My mother was right. My mother was right. I should have stayed in college. Son of a bitch. And I'm like, damn. And that's not the first time I had that epiphany, but now it really was like, this is real. And I'll say in about 2 weeks, that was all over. It was like, this is fucking great. It was fucking great. Bodies, blood, fucking knives, guns. I mean, it was insane.
Action.
It was fucking insane. It was great. I loved it. It was like it became part of you. Like, I'll tell you it like this. You were a white guy in the ghetto. You were fucking charmed because they knew who you were. They didn't fuck with you. Officer, how you doing, officer? I'm walking from the fucking subway at, 8 o'clock at night. Of course, I got my gun on underneath. I don't have it hanging out. How you doing, officer? How you doing, officer? Hey, how you doing? Like you're a fucking...
You're like a superstar.
You're like a celebrity. Yeah. This is fucking great. Everybody, how you doing, officer? How you doing, officer? I'm not in uniform. I'm wearing a fucking T-shirt and jeans, It was really fucking great. I loved it. I loved it. I didn't want it to end.
And this was when you were you in the 75th?
But we were respected back then. We were respected. They might have fought you.
Yeah.
But you were respected.
But you could fight back.
And you could fight back.
And it wasn't
we
all
did.
in the news.
And we did.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing. Nothing. I never say never. I rarely overstepped my use of any kind of force. But you did get a beating if you fucking hit me. I think that's okay. I don't think
I agree.
I don't think that that's illegal.
No. We say that all the time.
Yeah, I don't think that that's illegal. Once I got you in the cuffs, 99.9, it was over. Once or twice I might have given you an extra shot because I got hurt.
Yeah.
Or you spit at me, or you tried to bite my hand. You know what I mean? Shit.
Yeah, but you're not giving him a
I'm not putting him in the hospital just because of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if he ended up in the hospital, it was because of the fucking to get to that point.
Before you had
to get to that point. I mean, I saved some guys' lives. Guys stomping them out and shit. I mean, dude, you can't do that. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about you because in the end, it's on you.
Yeah.
The guy might deserve this.
Once again, you'll never hear about that.
Right.
The officer pulling the guy off.
You're not going to hear that. Yeah, you're not going to hear that. Yeah, and those are some of the things that piss me off a bit. Or how many times I crack someone's chest giving them CPR. But you did rob drug dealers. Well, so what? I robbed a fucking couple of drug dealers.
Who were already doing something wrong.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's a fucking crime. Whatever. Of course, I'm making fun of it now. It's 40 years ago now.
Yeah.
But the point is, yeah, I robbed some drug dealers. All right. Even Howard Stern said, what's the big deal? Back then, he's like, what's the big deal? He robbed some drug dealers.
What were you going to say?
And it's not funny, but it is.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it just comes down to the point of just respect. And, respect me, I'll respect you. If I get arrested, and I swing at a police officer, I'd imagine I would expect a fist.
Yeah, I would expect to get hit. The fuck
I mean, if I hit someone, yeah.
And if a police officer tells me to stop doing something and I comply, then I don't think he's going to do anything to me because I'm listening to his orders and he's doing what I'm supposed to do. Now, if I want to fight back, hey, then I'll take my chances. Maybe I'll get a knock on you, but you get a few knocks on me.
But in your day, it wasn't like, okay, we're going to take you to jail because you hit. In your day, correct me if I'm wrong, if I hit you, you hit me back, we throw down.
Right.
My charge is whatever I had at the house. I have weed at the house.
Yeah, but you have to charge. But you have to charge that as well.
Because otherwise you would get in trouble.
Right.
Or could get in trouble.
Yeah.
If they took.
No, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
So resist.
Resist. And that's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's going to happen. You know, all right, the charges resist. Would you? All right, so you sold 15 pounds of marijuana. Would you plead out to resisting arrest because the officer has a broken finger or something, and he's missed 3 months of work, and he's actually looking for a disability pension. So it's going to cost the city $12 million in disability payments. Would you take a fucking discount?
And then when you're going through all this, is this you had the highest murder rate in the country, right?
Yeah.
And this is what you get thrown into.
Yeah.
And the crack epidemic.
We discovered it.
You discovered
it. Didn't happen yet.
Oh, wow.
We discovered it. We opened the door to it. I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right.
See, they should say that because they don't put real clearly in anything I've watched.
There was no crack epidemic until we discovered it.
When you do like a full motion picture movie, make sure they put that in there.
Yeah.
Because it's not in any of that shit that you guys, when you were working, discovered where...
It went from... Here's how it went. It went from rolled up tins, which were very firm tin foils back then. It wasn't like Reynolds wrap. It was like these rolled up tins of 50s, right? And one day, it turned into crack. One day.
It's just like out of the blue.
Boom.
Really?
And we didn't know what it was. We were throwing it out.
What do you think it was?
We didn't know. Well, we knew it was something, but we didn't know what it was. We had charged somebody, but you don't know what it is.
Wow.
I didn't know what it was. I mean, say, okay, let me arrest you for possession of what? I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like soap in a jar. It's a tiny jar, right? And they're saying drug sales on the corner. Oh, okay. Well, I don't see anything here that looks illegal, and I don't have a crack pipe to smoke this thing up in to find out if it's what it is. I don't know what it is, and no one even knew that's what they did. I didn't know. They didn't give me a lesson. Dowd, come on in today. If you see this on the street, that's what this is. It's a new drug, or it's a new version of the same old drug. So yeah. So in the beginning, we were just like, "What the fuck is this?" And they were getting away with it because we didn't know what it was. And then one day my partner brought it home with them and came back with $500 and said it was worth a lot of money. It's cocaine. I said, we've been throwing that shit down the fucking sewer. No wonder why that guy took the sewer plate off to get it back.
And what year is this when that's like discovered?
84 to 85.
Somewhere
it's a little gray in me because it was a little gray time for me.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Really. That kind of popped with you in there.
Yeah, it wasn't like we walked into it. It began and we watched it happen. And then all of a sudden it was zombie land.
Yeah, it just took off. A life of its own, right?
Insane. It was insane. One of the things that was interesting that people don't recognize around that time was the price of cocaine dropped dramatically. It went from, let's say, 25, 35,000 a kilo to 11,000 a kilo.
Wow.
Today you'd be a zillionaire if you can get it at 11. If you can get it at 11, let me know.
He's kidding.
I'm only kidding.
Yeah.
Jesus, if you can though.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding.
Yeah.
But that was the difference. I mean, when it went from 28 to 32 down to $11,000 for a kilo of coke. Wow. A kid on the corner could raise 11,000 if he hustled, and now he's a slayer.
Right.
So every fucking kid was selling cocaine that they converted to crack. So it was, listen, every bodega, and I say that with a little license of, in case they weren't, every bodega had something going on in it. Usually there was swag, but then it turned into crack or it turned into cocaine or kilos. And usually those were the business guys. And you went to prison, most of the guys that they were Dominican guys that owned bodegas, and they happened to have a fucking business that sold, 50 kilos a day.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but yeah it happened.
And a really nice fucking house for a gas station that nobody goes into.
One in Dominica and one in Long Island and one in Manhattan.
That nobody goes into.
And 3 for his gumadas, because you got to have 2 or 3 gumadas.
Yeah.
Apartments.
They had good empanadas though, right?
Yeah, they do.
Remember the empanadas?
Yeah. I learned Dominican food, but I like the red beans and the rice, or the black beans, which is basically Cuban. I learned to eat Spanish food. It was ruinous.
when you
a couple of the Spanish things I like too, but I don't want to talk about it and get in trouble again.
Here we go, round them
Mama,
up.
Mama's Papi Chulo? No, I didn't say Papi Chulo.
You
Papi
didn't say
Chulo.
it. I didn't hear anything. But they first put you on like traffic patrol, right?
Well, we call it patrol.
Okay, patrol.
We don't call it traffic. Is not.
No,
you're not in traffic patrol in the ghetto.
No,
you're just responding from job to job to job.
Just nonstop.
Nonstop. Yeah. And then, of course, you find stops. You make your stops.
And what are they paying you at this time?
So when I came in the police department in '82, it was $17,900 a year as a rookie. Starting pay. So it was $210 a week. Was it $210 a week? No. I think it was $210 every 2 weeks. Clear. I can't.
And what do you think that'd be equal to today? Like you started then at $17K,
right?
Today, what would that be?
So times three, times three, 45.
45.
Yeah.
To start as a rookie.
Yeah, it's about 45. It may even be a little bit more, but I don't know. It's right in that ballpark today. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're still going to struggle. I mean, that's without. But then, so then we hit incremental raises. Year 1, year 2, year 3, you got raises each year, and then like on the 3rd or the 4th year or something, you got like a nice hit, like a $5,000 or $10,000 hit, and so like it really went up substantially. And then everything else you did was based on that rate now, right? So if you got overtime, it was instead of $28 an hour, now it's $37 an hour, whatever the numbers was. So overtime was good, but I made a lot more money without the overtime. So
yeah. So now, when did the stealing the coke and tipping people off? When did all that start?
Yeah, so that's So the change in the career comes fairly quickly, but it was a process. So I end up with a partner, and we end up doing a car stop, and cops pulled us over in the middle of the car stop. I'm like, what the fuck is this? They wanted to know what we were doing in their sector and to stay away from it. And do you understand? This is our sector. Stay out. I'm like, well, it's the fucking ghetto, dude. There's nothing here, There's the Riviera nightclub over here that no one goes to anymore. And what else you got? A street? And he made it clear, stay away from our restaurants. Okay, there's 3 restaurants, and everybody's got to go to them if they're going to eat, And so I like the genius in me said, there's a reason for this. It's not just because he doesn't own the place. He's getting something from this. What? So that began to plant the seed, and eventually I ended up taking a couple $100 from a kid with we call it the Puerto Rican mystery in the movie, which is a catch line, and I love my Puerto Ricans. They're my fucking. Yeah. I love them to death, And I don't mean to be, but that's what it was associated back then. Oh, I got a Puerto Rican mystery. So no license, no registration, no insurance card, but a nice guy. And his father's bodega is really down the block, and everything's cool. So and we got along fine. But I can give this guy $2,000 worth of tickets. Well, get a couple $100. I gave it a shot. He gave me a couple $100, and that was sort of the beginning of laying the seed of, I can actually get paid out here. And then in the beginning, it would be a couple of hit and miss on like roll up on a call. Guy leaves the scene, leaves his drugs and his money. Man, I don't know who was fucking. He's not leaving his address with the money and with the fucking coke, whatever. So, all right. So, the first one you might have vouchered. The second one went, what? This is mine. Okay?
Fuck it, right?
This is mine. Hello. And I wasn't into the drug stuff, but the cash was definitely coming my way. And then at some point I realized, I'm throwing away these drugs. I know a few people that like to party, and maybe it's a friend or a neighbor or a family member, and all of a sudden it turned into a little bit of cash cow. It's like the ATM machine.
Yeah.
Okay, this corner has another ATM machine. It's just Hermano and Jose and fucking, Tyrone, whatever the fuck their names were. They became cash machines.
And then, so that
the original cash machine was in the ghetto.
So that was like the opening to where it just escalated from there.
Yeah.
The funniest thing you said, and I think it was on Rogan. You got a call, I guess, to a burglary. Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. It was like a burglary, like somebody broke in the house or something happened. you go in and you see that the doorknob's not right. Like the girl knocked the doorknob off. So already,
that one.
Yeah. So already, like it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So already, like like something isn't right here, and you say to the girl, you say, oh, okay, everything all right, and you say to the girl, if I'm fucking you up, let me know. Yeah. Like what I'm saying, you say to the girl, well, where's your parents at? And you're like, what they say? She's not here, or they're not.
No, they got arrested last night.
Oh, they got
for selling drugs.
Oh yeah, the parents. She says, oh, they're in jail.
Yeah,
and then
it was her friend. It wasn't her parent. It was her friend.
Okay,
and she got permission. She says to come to the house and hang out there, but they ripped the door handle off the fucking house. So how'd you get permission? I don't know. But anyway, so okay. Maybe they did give you permission. I don't know, but the door handle's broken off and no one's here but you. And they're young kids, like in the 14, 15-year range. And so, yeah, and where's the owner? They're in prison. What for? They got arrested last night for selling cocaine. Oh, good. Thank you. And you broke in for us. Good. Oh, great. So now I search around and so the funny
shoe boxes.
Yeah. When there's shoe boxes in the ghetto in a house, okay? That's a sign. Lots of shoe boxes, like a wall full of shoe boxes. That's a sign.
What about the shoes hanging from the?
That's
is that
from the wires? From the wires. That's a different story. That's how many times you got laid. I don't know the story. I don't know it was back in the days it meant something, and I don't know what it meant. Okay, but it was significant, but not anymore. Anyway, so now I'm in this house, and I'm like, and so one of the guys that's in there is searching the house. I'm getting a little annoyed because I don't want to find anything because I know I'm going to find it. And he's searching the fucking house. He's plainclothes, anti-crime guy, and I'm with IAD. I'm with an internal affairs police officer. She's working for internal affairs. So they assign her to me.
A plant.
Yeah, because I'm bad. So they assign her to me to watch me. And I'm like, oh, fuck. This is a good one. And I know, because I know now. By now I know where the cash is, the houses that have cash somewhere, or it's been taken. And I don't know if these kids weren't there to take it, but they didn't. It wasn't like messed with. So anyway. The police officer comes out in plain clothes. I was friendly with him. He's got a hefty bag, like weighted down with cash in it. A big black hefty bag. This is no joke. Like, I'm like, what do you got? He goes, just a bag of cash. I said, what are you going to do with that? Voucher it? Put it back. What are you going to give the city the money, for Christ's sakes? Just put it back. He puts it back. You're right. He goes, you're right. You got the arrest. Take the arrest. It's not. This has nothing to do with the arrest. It's property in the house. It's house property. It's not the girls. They didn't fucking. They didn't say, oh, that's our cash, officer. Oh, we're here to steal that. So you got them. Go. Get the fuck out. So, it's funny how it happened. So he leaves. I look around and I got the girls like in the other room, the female police officer. I reach in the bag and I go, I'm about to stuff it in one of my pockets, and then the guy sticks his head back in the fucking room. The cop that I just told, leave the bag. What are you gonna do? Voucher this? He sticks his head and he goes, well, yeah, so it really is cash. You're right about that. So I throw the cash. Yeah, it's no good. Dirty. Throw it back in the bag,
Yeah.
Bad cash. How did it get in my fucking hand, this bad cash?
Yeah, how did that come about?
Yeah, I don't understand. And he goes, yeah. It must have been on his mind too, right? So he leaves, and I go, fuck this. I left, and I said, okay, now I secured the place. And I said, I got this place. So I circled the block for like an hour and a half, calling Chicky, getting Brian, and everybody. You got to get here. Chicky had no car. No car, he says.
And then explain who Chicky is.
I wanted to kill him.
And then explain who Chicky is.
So Chicky's now, this is a big diversion.
Yeah. Chicky
was a police officer that worked with us in the same squad. So whatever I said was good. It's all good. Whatever it is, Mikey, is good. But he had recently tried to become a police officer in North Carolina because he wanted to get out of Dodge, okay? Because they were coming, all right? So he went to North Carolina. They turned him down. He's like, I left the fucking job, and they turned me down. So he comes back to the city and says, give me my job back because you got a year to get your job back. I said, take us to court. You ain't getting your fucking job back because we got a laundry list of reasons why. So now he's stuck with no job. So he left one police job to get another one. Now he's got no job. So, he's a friend, right? So you look out for him whenever you could. So we got a job in the local bar somewhere. We got him set up there. He had a job there. And then, so then I don't know if I was with Adam yet. I was going to put it on the books with Adam, make him give out $1,000 a week just to keep him around, checking on shit. And so I called him this day and I said, we got this fucking house. It's got a bag of money in there. We got to get it. So he goes, I can't. What do you mean? How could you can't? How could you can't come get a bag of money? I'm watching it.
The car, right?
His car was in the shop. I go, your car's in the shop? He goes, yeah. I go, we'll go steal a car. Do something. Just get a fucking car, for Christ's sakes. Get over here. I got a bag full of cash for us. Anyway, so he calls another buddy of ours, Brian, who was out on 3/4 that I got him. He's out on 3/4 disability at 24 years old, and he drives this fucking brand new Trans Am that says 3/4 on the license plate. I don't know what that meant. Anyway, so he drives from fucking Brooklyn, drives into Long Island, picks up Chicky. They both come to this, and I'm circling every different way you can circle a house. I'm getting so tired of circling this place, and she hasn't said a fucking thing to me yet. I'm like, this chick, she hasn't said anything. Like,
because she's in the back, right?
She's my partner. She's sitting next to me on the other side of the car, and I'm just circling. What I did say to her was, I'm just going to keep an eye on the building for a while to make sure nobody returns. So I let her know that that's sort of, because on patrol you're supposed to do that, especially if you think there's a location that could be. So I did what I was supposed to do. I was keeping an eye on it.
Following the rules.
And then of course, I didn't follow the rules when the Trans Am pulled up with two white boys, one from Brooklyn and one from Long Island, that got out with their suit and ties on that they never wore in their life before this day. They walked in like they were detectives with their fake badges on and fucking knocked on someone opened the door for them, like a fucking civilian in the building opened the door, and they said, oh yeah, they were in there, and okay, thank you very much, and they went in, and about a minute later they're coming out, and I'm circling, they're in the car. I go, whoop, whoop. I pulled them over. I go, I'll be right back, these are my buddies. She sits in the car. AD's sitting in the car now. Internal Affairs. The Internal Affairs cop sitting in the car. I said, right back. I talk to my buddies. So I go, how much? It's a big bag. It's a big bag of cash. I don't know what you can do. All right. So I turn around, and back then, you could use the payphones. Right? The police could use the payphones for free. So, of course, I didn't want to pay a quarter for a fucking call.
Yeah.
So I drive the car up on the sidewalk, like you've probably seen in your lifetime. The cops drive up on the sidewalk, put the payphone in their ear. And so I called the desk, and one of the lieutenants was cool with me. I says, listen, it's Dowd. He goes, yeah, what's up, Dowd? He goes, family emergency. I need lost time. He goes, okay, no problem. Now it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I tell the girl I'm working with, listen, I'm taking lost time. I got a family emergency. She, like, how do I know? Like, this just happened? You got a family emergency? Like, this is Internal Affairs here, and oh, by the way, I got a family emergency. It's not like you had a memo come across the desk or anything. Sure. So I'm going home for a family emergency. Got to go, and I get to the station house, call the old lady, say, listen, what did I tell her? I don't remember. I told her I made an arrest. I told her I made an arrest or something, And then so we went to limousine picks us up in Brooklyn. We head to fucking Atlantic City in a limousine.
What was the take?
It was like $38,000 or something.
And in
like
the
that.
80s, fuck. I mean, that's
hey,
like $100K.
That was my year's salary. That was more than I make in a year.
On one take.
And one.
How addicting is that now?
Oh, it's heaven. You're waiting for the next. Now every job I was first in. Shootings and burglaries were now my forte. Shootings usually over something, right? It's not because they're like angry. It's not usually in the ghetto. It's over money.
Yeah.
Normally, you could get the odd one, over some kind of extraneous circumstances, but usually it's over money, in dope or whatever. So yeah, I became the lead man on the shootings, and then I learned later on how to be the lead man on car accidents, because car accidents I found out were profitable. So,
how are they profitable?
Well, someone's got to fix them.
Oh, okay.
So my guy fixes them.
Oh, all right. Gotcha. Oh, you weren't in it all, man.
Well, you learn.
Yeah.
I'm a little slow on the uptake.
Because it just escalates, from one thing to another.
And it was almost legitimate, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm giving a service then to somebody. You need your car fixed. My guy's going to fix it.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything illegal, essentially, really, right? I provided you a service that I'm not allowed to do, but you need one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the crime is what? Solicitation? I don't know. Look it up. They
sure
listed it. They listed it in my PSR.
Yeah. It could be
bribery. Fuck knows.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things.
It could be named anything.
Official misconduct.
Yeah.
Everything's official misconduct. If late for dinner is official misconduct.
Now, at that point, are you giving out badges to like other drug guys and
Not at that point. No.
Right now, it's just strictly money.
Yeah, no, it's So early on, it's basically scores, right?
Yeah,
you would
scores,
consider them scores, right?
Right.
And then at some point, the scores turn into we're going to get arrested soon because it's getting out everywhere. And the 7th Precinct ends up getting banged out. 13 cops get arrested. We all start getting like skittery and moving around in different locations, sending us to different assignments. And then I get sent to Coney Island. And that's where one of my partners at the time, the partner that was with me at that point, we took Noriega's cocaine.
Really?
Yeah, we took Noriega's cocaine from him over on, I think it was Van Sicklen, but it might have been Vermont. I can't remember my head, but if I can drive you there. I know the block. I turned. So yeah. So we took his cocaine, and then that's why I bought the condominium in Myrtle Beach with the cocaine money from Noriega. So he basically has his land in Myrtle Beach.
Say thanks.
Not anymore though.
Maybe you should give a thanks for it, right?
I ended up in the same prison as him, but he had just left. So I can't lie. I'd like to say we were in the same joint, but in Marianna, Florida, they had the lieutenant's office. They gave him the lieutenant's office.
Really?
Oh yeah, which is a separate little compound. Because he was a dignitary, right? He was the head of a country, So I mean,
he wasn't like a small fish.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he did run a country, so they put him in the fucking lieutenant.
Well, at least you could put that like on your
my
Hall of Famer.
My bio,
your portfolio.
Yeah.
I robbed coke. From Noriega.
Cocaine from Noriega. Yeah, sorry.
Good portfolio.
There you go.
Depending on where you're trying to get a job.
Where am I going? Pan Am.
Yeah,
no, Pan Am. Isn't that Pan American Airlines?
Yeah. So they have that bus. So now you're feeling heat.
Yeah.
So now you're nervous, and you're like, ugh.
Right. We're all everyone's getting nervous.
Yeah.
People are starting to quit. Look for different departments. Chicky looked for different departments. My partner at the time, he went to Key Largo, Key West, whatever, and then a couple of guys were going to Long Island. They were going to Nassau, Suffolk, anywhere they can go just to get away, And it just looked very. It looked like everyone's looking at me. And I had a wife and a kid. I'm still the civil service mentality, right? My dad was a fireman. He took care of his family with medical and dental from the fire department and coverage and pensions and stuff like that.
Get killer.
Yeah. So here I'm like, I gotta try to fucking ride this out somehow, and so sure I did. And in the interim, it didn't look favorably on me. And then there was an incident, which I don't want to get into it, because it's lengthy. But some guy came after me, the long and the short. Guy came after me. It was over. He was a drug dealing cop who came after me. And I figured it out, And then, so I went and I spoke to somebody about it. And long story short, he threatened to kill me. So a lot of shit happened behind the scenes there that. I'm not looking for sympathy, really. But it happened, So in the interim of that, I found out this. This was the epiphany. Internal Affairs said to me, "We really don't care that he sells drugs. We just want him off the job." I looked at these motherfuckers who've been riding me now for 3 fucking years. I said, "You don't give a fuck about him selling drugs. You just want him off the job." I'm like, wow. So I can do this, and just they want me off the job. So I can go ahead and make $200,000-$300,000 a year right now for the next 3-4 years and be set for life.
And worst case scenario,
you're gonna get me off the job.
Now let me ask you something. Like when you said that, like you felt like all eyes were on you,
right?
Were they actually on you, or that was just the paranoia?
Oh no, they were on me.
They were on you.
Yeah.
Okay. When you say okay.
Yeah, because Internal Affairs was investigating me. They were following me 24/7 almost. This guy Trimboli, who passed just this year, he was living at my house almost. He was like following me. I was running into him everywhere. I threatened to kill him a few times. There's a lot of shit behind the scene. So it's really made for TV series drama. The whole behind the scenes stuff is insane.
That's what you should do. Series might be better than a movie.
Oh no, we're talking about that. Yeah, we're talking about that. There's a lot of different things going on.
Good.
I'm hoping I get. I'm just gonna say I'm hoping to get out of my contract right now. I'm hoping to get out of it and I'm talking to people right now about it because it's just the TV series is really where it's at because there's so much depth to the. I mean, what about personal lives during this point? You know, I mean, everybody's a disaster. Chicky, me, Walter, Baron, Adam. I mean, just the key players in the documentary. You know, never mind the other guys. You know, partners that can be if you want to fill a couple episodes with. You know, and their lives and their whole intertwining with each other and how we would vacation together and we partied after work together and who we banged together. You know, all the different story. You know, like it's insane. And then of course the drama of the family life. You know. You're on the couch tonight again. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm on the couch tonight. I ain't coming home. I'm on someone else's fucking ass. Fuck the couch. I got some ass over here. I mean,
fuck the couch.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you fuck the couch. I did that already. I'm good. So, I mean, the stories and the drama involved in it is really made for a TV series, and we'll see.
Yeah, I hope it does.
I mean, it's gonna, but...
Yeah, sorry to throw you off.
That's okay. We do this.
Yeah, like with this, it's just like two guys hanging out.
Yeah,
and I don't give a
fuck. Yeah, it's all.
You know, but yeah, I mean that because I had said movie before, and just after watching what I watched and read what I've watched and seeing clips here and there,
so much
like things that you've said here, I've never heard. And I watched that movie fucking 10 years ago before I even knew who I didn't even know what fucking YouTube was. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I had watched it literally a decade ago when it first came out.
When it first came out, about 6, 7.
It was 94, right?
2000.
No, 2000.
No, 2004. Your years are off.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. No, I came out in 2004. The movie came out in 2014. 14. So it's 7 years ago now.
Okay. Yeah.
Almost
I saw it as soon as,
in the decade-ish.
At least I got the 4 right.
Yeah, got the 4. Yeah. No, it was 7 years ago now.
Yeah. Fuck the other numbers.
Fuck all the numbers.
Unless it's cash that somebody's giving us. Right? We're counting that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. And that guy had 3 machines counting money, and he still had not enough time.
Yeah.
Diaz.
So now you're there. Okay, right. So all that shit's going on. They are watching you. That guy's following you. He's at your every little turn.
Paid him
right?
Ass.
Right.
There was 3 or 4 of them doing it, okay? It wasn't just one.
Yeah.
It was exhausting.
And you knew it.
And I knew it.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's exhausting.
Now, when does Ken come in?
And I'm trying not to say anything, right? Oh, honey, by the way, the guy last night that was sitting down the block eating the fucking Cheerios, that was not the Cheerios man. It was Internal Affairs, or it was Suffolk, or it was the DEA, or it was fucking Customs and Border. I don't know who the fuck it was, but it wasn't what you think I told you it was.
It was one of
the letters. All these letters over here. Look at them.
Yeah. Take a wild guess.
It's one of them.
Take a bet. We'll see what happens.
It's not my daddy. Okay.
Yeah. That Chevy over there, it's not just parked there with tinted black.
With the fucking gas pipe running all night long.
Yeah, and it's 6 degrees outside, right?
Yeah.
I've seen those. When does Kenny come in? Because they assign you Kenny. He's an alcoholic. He's drinking on the job.
Right.
He knows what you're doing, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, so Chicky's your friend. You're dealing with him. You're helping him out. You involve him because he can't get in.
Right.
Okay, so then there's all this heat. They break you guys up. Eventually, they assign you a new partner, Kenny, and then he's an alcoholic, drinking on the job, whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
You know, whatever. He knows what you're doing, and then you take it from there so you can say.
Yeah, so what happens is we're working together, and I'm known as a problem and maybe a rat because all the guys that were around me are gone.
Oh.
So now I'm the one walking around. Everyone's going, I don't want to work with you. I don't want to work with you. And I'm looking at these motherfuckers saying, you have no fucking clue. But no one wants to be the rat in the fucking room, right? So I threatened to beat somebody up, an old timer, and over some comment he made. I wouldn't talk to you because you're probably wearing a fucking wire, he said to me. And I fucking snapped. I can snap. And I snapped. And then I came back upstairs from the gym. I went down to the gym. I hit the heavy bag, which at that time I did a little bit. Not that much, but I hit the heavy bag for about 15 minutes, of course, 1 minute at a time. and I came upstairs. I was jacked. And I came upstairs and I fucking said, you motherfucker. And I slammed the desk. And I fucking hit the desk like this. I says, come on, motherfucker. Let's go, you and me. And these guys, an old fucking Irish guy, fucking out of shape. He probably eat donuts all day. And he's like, I didn't mean to upset you. I said, you didn't mean to upset me? You said I'm wearing a fucking wire, a bunch of fucking rookies. He was the radio guy because he's got 20 years on. He's handing out radios now, you know, because the street would eat him up because he's too slow and fat. And anyway, so I fucking snapped on him, and in comes this fucking lieutenant. 2 or 3 lieutenants. They were on the desk. They heard the fuck. I didn't care. Like I didn't care. You're gonna do this to me. I'm gonna show you if it's worth it for you. Anyway.
Not to mention all the other stress that's on top of you.
I got a brand new child. I'm going to get arrested any minute, they say, because they're throwing my name out like you're going.
Yeah, you're hearing it.
Yeah, I'm hearing it. And I'm like, oh, God.
Then they don't want to work with you because they think
I'm a fucking rat.
Or they don't want to work with you because you're doing something
I'm dirty.
bad.
Yeah.
So either way, you're fucked.
Fuck you. So I just snap, and then they come in and they go, you all right? And I close. One of the assholes that came in who ends up writing notes, he's a lieutenant that trying to bang my girlfriend, the one I was hitting. He's trying to bang her, so he's writing notes every week on me that I'm selling cocaine. I have a little red Corvette, the whole fucking... Anyway, so he, are you all right? I says, yeah, everything's all right. We're going to handle this right here, him and me. Him and I. Yeah, him and I, we're going to handle this correctly. So, anyway, calm down. He said, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I said, you didn't know. Yeah, what you said, you should have known what you said. A bunch of rookies standing there, you talk like that to me. Anyway, so that moved past. And then he ended up putting me and Kenny together. And then Kenny was sick and tired of begging for him to not put him with me. And I told him one day, listen, asshole, I'm getting every fucking oddball in the city to work with me every 3-4 days. I said, why don't we hook up, become partners, and we'll work together. I said, well, I'm not going to do anything to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna do what's right.
You're gonna do what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Just look the other fucking way.
Well, you're in or you're out. No, it was you're in or you're out.
Okay.
Yeah, couldn't do it because your partner had to be in. Otherwise,
too risky.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's gonna tell on me. I just robbed fucking 40 grand. You gonna fucking tell on me? So he said he was in. And that was the end of my life career right there. I should have fucking known. Yeah, we had a couple of incidents early on that didn't go quite right, and he got all fucking paranoid, and I told him, take it easy, motherfucker. It's going to be okay. And then all of a sudden we started scoring money, and we hooked up with the payouts and weekly payouts from La Compañía, which only went 1 week, and then we had a fucking problem right off the bat. The guy shorted me $700. So I ended up trying to, he put a hit on me, and I went after him.
Yeah.
What would you do if someone put a hit on you? Sit at home, wait? I went and I found him. I couldn't believe I found him because I never saw the guy in my life, but I knew the car. So I pulled the car over, and that was him. He went, I said,
what'd he do?
He fucking turned as white as his T-shirt.
Did he really?
Yeah, because he didn't, at first he was like, oh, hey, officer, let me give you a fucking, because he never met me.
Right. Did you say,
I just threw it right back in his fucking lap. I said, you dirty motherfucker, let's go, get out. What do you mean? You're going to have you put a fucking hit on me? He went, whoa. He went, whoosh. I said, I could fucking kill you right here, motherfucker, but I won't. Why don't you get out and we'll do a fucking Mexican standoff? That's exactly what I said today. You walk 10, I'll walk 10, and we'll see who wins. How's that? No. I said, you call the fucking hit off right now then.
Did he do it?
I got a fucking, my pager went off about 15 minutes later. Come to the fucking shop. I walked to the shop. He goes, "Is your $700?"
Now, when you went to the shop, were you worried that it was a setup? That
No, that was my shop. I didn't know.
No, you weren't worried about it.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I
don't worry about shit like that. I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
But you're also, you're in that.
I know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah,
I know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have to say So I grew up as a fireman's son. Firemen are charmed, right? Oh, he's a fireman. He's great. There's no suspicion. He's a great guy. He's got a bunch of kids. He's going to come to my house and put our pool up. His kids are going to hold the liners. They're going to dig the holes, and the pool's going to be up in one day. And that's how I grew up. I grew up disarmed. Not like everybody's after you and everybody's fucking like looking to get over. I didn't grow up that way. So as a cop, I was a little naive to things. Initially, I had to learn some hard lessons, and still it carried through in my whole personal life. I had to learn some hard lessons, trusting the wrong people, risking things with the wrong people. Because for me, if I tell you we're good, that's it. We're good. I don't need. I mean, I should be checking you out, but that's not what I have done.
Yeah, you should make your own judgment.
Right, and usually it's right, but not always. And when it's wrong, it can go really bad really quick.
But I mean, I hate when somebody reads something or somebody says something, and then automatically that person's whatever they read or whatever they read. Say. Yeah. I like when I meet somebody, which I probably shouldn't do, and which is why I've gotten fucked out of tons of money many times.
There you go.
But but it's just the way I am, and nothing will change it.
Right.
I don't care what you did in your past. Unless you do something real fucked up, like fuck with a kid or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We all agree.
Like the shit we're talking about.
You're a player. You make things happen or you don't.
Yeah, right.
Are you fair?
Right.
If If I know you're fair, then I give you that.
And are you loyal?
Right.
And can I trust you?
Right.
I don't give a fuck, but I'll make my assumption. Right. And if it's wrong, then, which I've been wrong, I've been fucked, but I'm not going to judge you because of what you did.
Right.
You're making me laugh. I'm having a good fucking time. I don't give a fuck what you did. You don't know what I did. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's over. It's
How are you treating me?
Right.
What did a wise man say? Martin Luther King?
Yeah.
Don't judge me on what I've done or the color of my skin.
Right.
Judge me on my conduct of my character. And how you want to be treated, treat me the same. If you want to be treated like a gentleman, treat me like one too. Yeah. Hold the door open for me, I'll hold it for you.
Yeah. Fantasy world.
How did you how did you figure out, like, you're with your partner, right? You're in the car. How did you figure out, like, all right, I can trust this guy. We're going to do this. I'm going to talk to him about this. And like, that must be a hard thing. Like, how do you sit there, like, sweating it out?
So the moment where that conversation took place, it was a tough moment, I will agree. But I knew that, and you alluded to it, he liked to drink, right? So he would always start his day off at Joe's Bodega. He'd get a Heineken. I'd have one with him. I wasn't a big Heineken fan, but eventually I liked Heineken because they were free, and he was having one.
So kind of you break bread.
So you break bread, and then after a couple of days, back and forth, I'd be like a month. I said, "Listen, dude, there's a lot of money out here. You're arresting, oddly enough, you're arresting people for having domestic fights with their husbands and wives. Usually the fucking husbands beat up. We got to lock them up anyway, because husbands are scared to death. Most of them, I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not discounting any kind of abuse like that, at all. But usually the husband's going like this, stop, because otherwise they're going to break the girl to pieces, And but he was big into that kind of an arrest. He would always take the old man away, and he would get his 8 hours overtime or 16 hours overtime, and he'd put an extra $500-600 a week in his paycheck. And I looked at him, I said, we can do that in like 1 minute, and you can be home with your family, So, and essentially, and then I explained to him my loyalty and how I would approach the whole thing, and I said, there's 3 pieces of rice, one for my wife, one for my son, and one for you. I'll go hungry. I said, but if you're willing to do that, I'm going to show you how we can make money out here. And then he went, I'm in. And that was the end of it. So, but of course it was over a couple Heinekens, and then...
And was one of the kind of like triggers, like maybe I can do this with the guy, is the fact that he's drinking on the job, which he's already not allowed to do.
Right.
So now your partner's already breaking the rules.
Right.
So that's the first sign, like...
He's malleable. He's malleable, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Right. Maybe you can mold him. It's possible.
The worst case scenario is he says no, and that's okay. See, I needed to know what we can and cannot do. Because I didn't know what we were going to do. I just knew that if the situation arose, well, we could put a nice lick here, whatever it is. Are you in or you out?
So what happens if he said no right there?
Then I would have just left it. I would have left it, and I might have looked for my own opportunities where he wasn't aware. Like the house is big, or a drug dealer runs off, and one runs this way, one runs that way, and drops a load.
So, but wouldn't you be like nervous that, okay, you've told him this now, and he's gonna...
No, I wasn't nervous. I wasn't nervous of that because he's full of shit.
Yeah. I see.
What the fuck? Fuck him. He doesn't like me.
Yeah, I never said that.
Yeah, I didn't never said that.
And at this point,
wouldn't Biden's brother say? Plausible deniability.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Plausible deniability. You don't know plausible deniability? Didn't you have plausible? You thought you had.
Yeah, it worked real fucking well.
You had plausible deniability.
Let me tell you how that worked out.
I had plausible deniability.
Did
I don't know
it
where
work?
the fuck did I go? They said that I admitted to them, the DEA agent. He had admitted to selling cocaine. What? My statement was, I'm sorry for selling cocaine. What?
I never understood what that
meant. How the fuck did I say that to you? You arrested me for selling fucking drugs, and you're telling the world that I said I'm sorry. I was a cop. I'm going to tell you I'm sorry for selling fucking cocaine? I'm sorry I didn't fucking snort a rail on the way. You fuck. I'm going to fucking tell a cop I'm sorry for selling cocaine.
Yeah. To this day, I don't know what the fuck it means.
You know what that means.
Well, I know what that means, but I don't know what plausible deniability means. I've asked.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, well,
I want some.
Listen, if whoever figures it out first, we call each other, I'll go 50-50 with you. Because I've asked 5, 6, 10, 15 fucking different lawyers, what the fuck does this mean?
Plausible deniability.
And I said, what the fuck does that mean? and every one of them had a different answer. So when,
I hit a little nerve there on you, did I?
So the last time I heard it, I fucking heard it, this plausible deniability bullshit. Not just say something else. Say something else. Something else. Just say Kobe Bryant for Christ's sake. Just don't say fucking great basketball. Yeah. He was my favorite. But don't fucking say.
I hate basketball, but yeah.
He was a good player.
Yeah, but I hate basketball, but yes,
he was a good player.
I like Jerry West.
Jerry West was a beast. Yeah,
you know who Jerry West is?
I do. He's the NBA logo. Actually,
okay.
He's taken a lot of teams to championships on that back end. I like to have his back.
According to Wikipedia, plausible deniability is the ability of people, typically senior officials, in a formal or informal chain of command to deny knowledge of responsibility for any damnable actions.
Still don't know what the
committed by others in an organizational hierarchy because of lack or absence of evidence that can confirm their participation.
Even if they fucking did it.
Even if, and whatever the rest here says, even if...
illegal or otherwise.
Because of lack, even if they were personally involved in or at least willfully ignorant of the actions. That's according to Wikipedia.
So is that a legal
But I don't
position?
know what...
Is that a legal position? I want that legal position. I want to go up to, what's that place in the Poconos? Not in the Poconos, up in state in the Catskills. I want to go to the Catskills where the mob bosses meet. And I want to say I'm in a position of plausible deniability right now and see how I do in front of the commission.
So Rob, you probably have more, well, I know you got more brain cells than me. I'm not going to speak for you.
I'm certain he does.
What the fuck does that mean? And I'm never going to ask it again. So what the fuck does it mean, Rob?
I think it's just a term for
fuck you,
lawyers and people that read words very good to use against people. I have no idea what it means.
I akin that. I put akin that to the wife who signs your tax returns along with you every year.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
I was there. I know he made a lot of money. This is what he said he made.
Oh, so the $300,000 in lawyers I got for an interview. I got the answer for an interview.
And it cost you almost nothing.
Fuck, I should have called you.
But a nice meal. But a nice meal I heard is coming.
Yeah.
I heard you like to eat lobster.
I'll eat whatever. I'll eat whatever.
That's part of my fucking...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what's his name? Stole it too, you know.
Who?
Mark Wahlberg.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me that.
I'm pissed.
Tell me the story.
I'm pissed. He's a good guy, Mark. Don't get me wrong. But they're all Hollywood. So Mark Wahlberg was actually dubbed. No, that's a lie. Mark Wahlberg called up the producers of the 7-5 documentary and said he wants the role of Michael Dowd.
Really?
It's 100% the truth. In 2015.
That's awesome. He's a great
2015. Actor. Now, that's how long ago? I'm still waiting for the fucking movie. How long ago is 2015? Six years ago.
6.5.
He did a movie last year where he played a cop that went to jail.
Oh, I watched that, yeah.
And in the fucking movie, he says to his girlfriend, "What do you want?" She goes, "I want that lobster lunch." And he says, "You want the lobster lunch?" And she says, "Yeah, I want a lobster lunch."
Sounds familiar, Mike.
I wanted to fucking kill him.
Did you want to go through the TV?
I'm like, that's my fucking line, motherfucker. That's my fucking line. And you know what? I don't blame him, but because he fucking stepped out there and said, "This is what I want. I want the part. I want the role. No one in Hollywood can do it but me." And they turned it down because they didn't want to pay him. It was done. It was done. He said, "Put me in. We'll get it done." They'll green light the fucking thing.
And it would have been over.
And they turned him down.
That's
and
crazy.
I'm sitting here still jerking off looking for my payday.
He was just in Jupiter last month. My son actually met him at the local gym.
Yeah?
He's staying here. So next time he's here, you got to get him and say, "What the fuck, Mark?"
Well,
But correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't him. They didn't want to pay him.
It was the. I see what you're saying. It wasn't Mark that said.
He did use the fucking catchphrase though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He chose to use that.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
That was his
That's
choice.
a fact. That's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sort of annoys me a bit because now it's like played right. Now they played my line, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, at least there's only one line. So
yeah, well,
still, yeah, that's.
You put a bunch of lines out for him.
That pisses me the fuck off. I know that.
Yeah, because that's sort of like that's like known through the film, like because that was my first actual. My first actual admittance to a crime. Was I told the kid, "Buy me a lobster lunch." Fucking Wahlberg.
Yeah, that's like the niche. Like when you watch it, it always comes
That
up.
was the hook.
That was the hook. That was the, or what's it called when you throw the line? The hook and sinker or whatever the fuck it's
Bang!
called.
That's where it starts.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck. And then he uses it.
He used it in his movie.
I want to punch
And it was the hook at the end of the movie.
Oh.
It was the main fucking hook at the end of the movie for the lobster.
That would piss me off.
It should have been the main pot at the end of the fucking the lobster.
That would piss me off. Because you know everybody's. If you've watched it that far, you're watching it too.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And it was actually a good movie.
It was a good movie. I liked it, and I didn't think I was gonna, but I actually did. He did a good job in it.
Yeah, he's a good
It's a different. It was slightly clearly, but it was fashioned after the 7.5, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. He had someone write that for him.
Yeah, because I watched that movie, and then after really researching you, now that you bring that up, you see it. What do you call it?
It's a version of it.
Yeah, it's a version of it. It's like ad lib.
Well, Training Day is the same thing.
Yeah.
Training Day.
Oh,
Training Day they did after me, and then of course fucking. What's his name? Sylvester Stallone did the New York City Cop, and he gets the fucking first Emmy or first red carpet thing. What is that called?
Yeah.
I don't watch it anymore. Oscars. The first Oscar.
Yeah.
Came from playing the cop in that movie, and he went after the cop in that movie. Went after Mike Rappaport.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's funny. He is a funny guy, but
Mike Rappaport played me in that movie. Okay,
you got to be irritated.
Yeah. So what happened was they bought Trimboli's book, and what happened was they took my name out of it when they made the movie because I had a lot of people writing them saying, "Don't do it, it's not right," whatever, and they didn't do it. So, but still, it's the same movie, just different ways of playing it. You know, I mean, there's 1,000 stories in the Naked City, right? I mean, we're talking about shit that you never heard before right now, right? So it never ends.
Yeah, but you got a good one. Just because of your charisma
and I'm an asshole.
But you're you. But you're you. Just doing the right thing now, you know?
Right.
So Kenny comes involved, and then what happens? You're when do you start dealing with the Diaz?
So after the bad thing with La Compagnia, I'm gonna kill each other. Goes down. The interesting thing was the guy in black in the movies, Perez. He's the one who's pushing this because he's making money. He's setting the deals together. So he goes, I go, well, that takes care of that fucking short-lived fucking plan. You know, now what are we going to do for $8,000 a week? He goes, don't sweat it. I got somebody else. Like the next week. I'm like, what? He goes, oh, yeah. I got a long list of guys.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I got a long list of guys that'll take this fucking gig. I said, really? He goes, yeah. So I said, I'll tell you what. We're not going to do this again like this anymore. I want $24,000 up front. Just to talk. Big. There's a meeting set for next Tuesday. There'll be $24,000 delivered before the meeting.
Winner.
Chicken dinner.
Charlie Sheen.
24 grand. I'm okay. I should have asked for 45. I don't know what the fuck, but I figured I don't want to scare him off.
Yeah, right.
I didn't want to scare him off. I didn't know he was worth millions.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Should have went high, but 24 is all right.
That was all right.
Yeah.
I figured 3 months, no pay. Each of us, we get arrested. I figured it all out. I got 12 grand each.
What was the fucking line with Charlie Sheen that everybody was saying it? Everybody would say it. What is it, Rob?
Winning.
Yeah. He's there coked up fucking out of his mind. Hookers everywhere.
Lion blood or some shit. Winning.
I don't know how he lived through that.
He's here.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So back to Diaz.
I'm not Charlie Sheen. Although people do equate me to him quite often. I hate this. I don't know why.
Do you see Charlie Sheen then? I mean,
I don't know. That's happened.
You can see.
You know, with the spiked up hair, fucking crazy shit, you know.
a little bit.
I mean, I'm not that crazy. I wish I had.
You're way better than him. I'm not kissing your ass.
And
I'm not going to watch you jerk off with peanuts.
Yeah. He'd probably say the same thing.
Okay, so you get in, you get to 24K. You go to the meeting and then take it from there.
Yeah. Yeah, we do good.
We do good. That's
it. No, what happens is about 3-4 weeks into it, my luck. We got 2 or 3 paydays out of this fucking thing, and all of a sudden, I'm driving by the next block over, which would be Dumont to something on Dumont Avenue, right around the block from the store. I see the unmarked Jeep guys with the fucking beards and the fucking hair, do-rags on their heads and shit. And I go, hey, what's up, boys? How you doing? Yeah, what are you guys up to? We got a store around the corner we're fucking getting ready to hit tonight. Oh, really? Yeah, we've been staking him out for about a month. Oh, I wonder who that could be. Now, there's 3 stores around the corner selling cocaine.
Right.
Okay, so I don't know who it is, but I might as well say it's you, because if I'm wrong, I'm right. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, I'm right. If I'm right, I'm right. So let's just say they're gonna hit you tonight, bro. You got to shut down. So I didn't know what to do. I hit the 911 beeper. They didn't answer, and I have no patience. Okay, I'm telling you, you got to shut the fucking store down, and there's no answer in like a minute. That's like too long, right? Because it could happen any second. So I can't. So I go, I got to go in. So Kenny's in the car, sitting there like a douche. And I go in the fucking bodega. I pick up 2 Heinekens. I walk to the counter. He opens the Heinekens for me. I go, shut it down. Shut it down. I go, shut it down. I don't even know this guy. He doesn't know me. But I told him to shut it down. I drive by about a half an hour later. They got about 45 police vehicles, helicopters, fucking lights set, like a whole light system set up outside, dogs, gerbils, whatever the fuck. They got all kinds of shit going on. And gerbils, in case they got an anal fucking search. I don't know. And so they come out with nothing. No arrests, nothing. They've been setting this place up. They've been buying out of there. Every fucking day for the last month, they're buying kilos of cocaine. It's time to hit the place. They get nothing.
And there's 47 guys.
There's 40 men outside with the jackets on. DEA, CIA, DO2, whatever.
TV stations have been called already. They're
all waiting for this big bust in Brooklyn. Nothing.
Choppers,
lights on the roof. They got every fucking thing.
What do you think? What do you think your little setup cost the department?
Oh God, I don't know. I saved Diaz $1 million. So yeah, it wasn't. So, funny story. So after that happened, and years later when I get arrested, so that made me king. Right. Fucking Diaz store gets hit. Nothing. They don't even have salt or sugar in the bodega. That's all they sell is salt and sugar. Nothing.
So now they're like, this Mike is he's our
worth
guy.
his weight in gold.
Yeah, he's our guy.
Yeah. So later on, years go by, and I end up in the Mullen Commission, and I'm interviewing because they're asking me how I did this, how I did that, and then one of the guys sitting in the interviewer was named, I could get the name wrong, like Bob Mercado or Mercado was his name. He was a lieutenant, retired. And he's now getting a side gig working for the Mullen Commission, probably getting $100,000 a year to jerk off. And so he's interviewing me about certain things and processes and how it came together and how we got to these points. And he says, you know what? I go, what? He goes, that was my fucking bust you fucking ruined that night, you motherfucker. He said, I wondered how the fuck they got everything out of that store. He says, we've been watching it for a month. I said, sorry? What can I tell you? Sorry?
Out of all people, that's who you got to get, right?
He's the investigator. He wasn't mad. He was like, probably annoyed. Like, that was supposed to be my big bust, you know?
That was supposed to be my up in my career.
My pump, you know? Yeah, so anyway. Man, sorry.
Now, but when do you start using? Because you were using a lot of coke, right?
Well, there came a point.
I mean, not like you were never like
I was a bumper.
A whack. You were just
I was a bumper.
A gag here and there.
I was a bumper, you know, like we called it a steady bumper.
Like a little lick.
Bop.
Yeah.
Bop. You know, I got to drive home tonight. I'm going to have 7 beers or 2 vodkas. I'm going to do a couple bumps and make it home. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made it home.
Yeah.
So that was the type of use I did. So, yeah, so daily.
But
daily, 0.5 gram daily, tops, but because otherwise I'd be in fucking cardiac arrest. Yeah. So yeah, but it was ongoing, you know.
But when did it turn from taking the money to taking the drugs to giving out badges and all? I mean, I guess you were giving out the badges.
You keyed on that badge story for some reason, and technically that was it. I was already off the job when I gave the badge away.
Okay.
I was out and I was suspended, and I think I was arrested and suspended, and I was out on bail, and I think I was technically off the job, and some guy came to my house who was a cop who showed me a picture of himself. This is me, and New York City police officer. I got arrested in 1986 in McDonald's in Jackson Heights, where he says, I was undercover, but I tried to flip the script and buy some cocaine, and it was an undercover cop who was selling it to me. He's an undercover cop buying it from undercover cop. So they jam him up, suspend him, and fire him. He turns out to be my tenant.
Oh, Christ.
I don't know this until I get arrested. 4 years later, he goes, hey, Mike. I go, what? What, tenant? What can I do for you? He goes, this is me. See, he kept a newspaper article. He had one little article like this. I've already had 75. The fucking 75. Yeah, I've already had 100 fucking articles written about me. He's got one. I said, oh yeah, oh okay. He goes, I'm looking to do some fucking work. Can you get me a badge? And I go, here, take mine, because it's not going to do me any good. So yeah, so that was it. So that was I gave it to him, and he was supposed to go do something. Turns out, oh my God, you can't even believe the story. I'm in federal prison 2 years. Someone contacts me. There's some agents from the SDNY, Southern District of New York, and New York City Cold Case Squad want to talk to me. So I go, tell them to go fuck themselves. I'm not interested. What the fuck? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go, I mean, I know I have nothing to hide. I'm already opened my ass, and this is what I've done, right? Oh, please, please, please. I mean, please what? What are you going to do for me? Is it... I'm in fucking Mariana in Catholic fucking town out here. My family takes them 3 days to get here because there's no direct flights from anywhere. If they want to come see me, it's a fucking 3-day jaunt. I haven't seen my kid once in fucking 2 years. Anyway, well, we'll write a letter to your fucking prosecutor or your judge, in case anything... Whatever.
Yeah.
You did something nice. Oh, really? I did a lot of things nice before I got arrested, too, but you didn't put that in my fucking... That didn't go in my PSI.
You know where it went? The paper shredder.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you saved 3 people's lives. You fucking took 40 guns off the street. You robbed a few kilos. Yeah. The baby that you breathed back to the baby's life, no one wants to know about that.
We'll just keep this one.
This is what we want to know. Yeah. So anyway, so they want to speak to me. So I call one of my lawyers. I have 3 lawyers. This one, that one. He goes... Maybe they can do something for you. Maybe it's your chance to do something nice. Okay. I've already saved 2 guys' lives in prison.
Nobody talks about that.
Yeah, no. Well, they probably did say, you asshole, you saved 2 schmucks' lives. Anyway, so they come to interview me, and they want to know. They want to know if I know this woman. So they show me a picture. It's my female tenant, Margie, very good-looking Colombian woman, beautiful. And I said, yeah, I know her. It's my tenant, Margie. What about her? He goes, what can you tell us? What can you tell us about her? What can I tell you about her? She's my fucking tenant. She paid her rent on time. Well, you fucking her? No. I do, but I didn't. I mean, believe me, she paid her rent, okay? In cash. Well, we have a problem. I go, well, what's your problem? They go, we can't find her husband, and she's dead.
Ooh.
And we just want to know what you know. You can't make... My tenant... who's married to a drug-dealing cop, right, is now dead.
Yeah. And
I'm in federal prison, and they want to know what I know about her death. I'm like, I'm done. I said to them, I'm done. I got to go. They go, no. We're not here for you. I go, well, I'm not sure, and I'm not liking the way this looks. You're from New York City Police Department, and you're from the fucking Southern District of New York. I got to go. I'm in the visiting room. I said, I got to go. They go, no.
I would have ran like...
are you trying to just give me one? Because you can't figure out who did it. Am I going to get one now,
Because you know how it works.
That's I know how it works now. I see how you play, So, anyway, they were looking for her husband, basically. I think they had an idea. Then they said, what can you tell us? I said, she was bruised up a few times. She was blackened quite a few times, her face and stuff like that. I said, he wasn't around that often. He worked in New Jersey in a mechanic's uniform. That's all I can tell you. And that was it. So, but I mean, he's this ex-cop buying and selling drugs in my house.
Yeah.
And there's a story that happens when I'm out on bail that's insane. Because he comes for the badge. And then the 2 tenants that move in are Margie's cousins. Because Margie and I parted ways just before the arrest. And the 2 cousins move in. And they end up slinging big time, out of my house while I'm out on bail. They go to fucking Louisiana. They get pinched in Louisiana with heroin.
Oh.
While I'm on bail, then that's how I get picked up.
Wow.
The DEA comes with them when they're out on bail. One of them.
You got as bad luck.
The DEA comes with them. Wires up Kenny. And that's where it starts. That's how the end fucking comes, where the feds come in.
And the reason why Kenny decided to cooperate and wire them up because of some girl that or no, there was what happened? There was a situation with the Colombian gangster, and you were supposed to.
So those were the Colombians that wanted me to help them return their money and their cocaine from the Dominican woman.
From the Dominican woman, right?
And they wanted me to engineer this fucking gig. Mm-hmm. First of all, if it's a Dominican woman, just knock on the fucking door and go get it. But they gave me the opportunity while I'm desperate and out on bail and thinking about leaving the country. So all of a sudden, $1 million paycheck was put in front of my face. And I went,
that's your ticket.
There's my ticket. So let's figure this out. And of course, it was no murder plot. It was a Dominican woman in her house. Give her some fucking flowers and some rice and beans and get the fucking coke and money and say goodnight. Of course, they don't want that. They want violence, threatens to kill, threatens to kidnap, threatens to murder. They want all those things to be included in the conspiracy. So of course I play along, because what do I give a fuck? I'm going to play along. But I know one thing is all I want is the money.
Yeah, you're not going to go there and fucking...
I'm not going to touch this woman. I'm going to say, you look beautiful, sweetheart. Just step out of the way. But they're going to do this. Okay. They're going to... Okay. Well, okay. If I'm going to be there, it's not happening under my fucking tutelage. But they kept pushing they kept moving the... They kept moving the ball. It was we're going to go in there and shake the place down, take a... It turned out it was a setup the whole time, all the way. And they even deny that today. They'll deny that today. They said the woman was scared to death. They had to move her out of the neighborhood. I said, my brother went there two months later and found out the woman was an Indian. Like Miss Pakarani. You know, fucking Ganja Zupta. What's the guy, Ganja Zupta? Whatever the fuck his name is. She was Indian. She wasn't Dominican.
Yeah.
The owner of that fucking... all the electric bills came back to an Indian woman that lived there who didn't live there. It was vacant. I don't know.
Hello?
I don't know. We didn't even get a chance. We're going up to that door, says Kenny. I go... That wasn't the plan. The plan was the two Colombians were going to go in and we were going to fucking be the point men. One on one side, one on the other. We were just going into the house to survey it. Not even do it. To survey it. I said, wait a minute. We're here to survey a place and go home. And the Colombians aren't even here right now. So that's not going to go down that way. And I said, and by the way, I see a lot of fucking cars with guys that don't look like they belong in the car, the way they're acting, following us right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I go, are you wearing a fucking wire? What's going on here, Kenny? And he's like, no, it must be the Colombians. They didn't show up. And I said, okay, well, I ain't here to argue. I'm out of here. I hit the highway and fucking drove to his house. His wife was waiting for him to come home. They had their house emptied. It was emptied and packed.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. I didn't know. I'm like, why is all the furniture missing? Oh, you know, my house is for sale. You know that. It shows better empty. Good answer.
For someone who doesn't know nothing.
Yeah. It's a good answer. I was like, damn, he might be right. This is, where's your wife?
Because you want to believe him, right?
Yeah, of course I want to believe him. I don't want to believe that my best friend in the world, that we would do anything for each other to save each other's life, is now doing this to me. And then his wife comes out of the shower. Oh, Michael. I'm like, she says, everything okay? Dory, everything's fine. You know, we almost a little something stupid, but it worked out okay. Oh, good. I go home, drive home from there. My wife says, oh, by the way, Dory said if we never see you again. When was this? Last night when we were out to dinner. Dory said, if we never see you again, remember I love you and Michael? I said, when do you think it would have been a good time to tell me that Dory's saying if we never see you again?
I would have been like, bitch, why the fuck didn't you tell me that? You know,
before I got in the car to go rob a drug dealer.
Now, what happened that made him wear?
Of course, she didn't know the plan. I didn't give my wife the script. But,
yeah.
Ex-wife.
Yeah. And she's not a bitch.
And she's good. She's good people. We're just teasing. I love her. She's good.
Around.
She did good job. She raised 2 boys that good people. So
people that know me, like know, and I could tell you're the same way. Things just come out of her mouth, but none of it's meant.
I love everybody. So I'm all
just
love.
say things.
I'm all love.
And I hate when people take everything.
Well, the
so
way you speak,
personal.
take it easy.
Like say you sit
Take
there,
it easy.
You look like a fucking wetback with too much fucking gel in your hair. I'll laugh. You know what I mean?
They say that about you. Come on.
No.
Get the fuck out.
I know. I used to get with the Pauly D bullshit, the growing up Gotti shit. But I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, well, you need to get on a fucking treadmill.
That's
you fat
right.
fuck.
And I will.
No, not you.
Tomorrow.
No, not you.
Yes, he is.
No. No. You know what I mean? Like if somebody will hit me.
Self-conscious right now. The COVID-20.
COVID-20.
Not. Okay.
But when I would get, like, my balls would get broken about, like, the Pauly D shit, the growing up Gotti shit,
yeah.
I say, motherfucker, you know how much pussy I got
Yeah.
because of that show?
That fucking show.
So
it's all good.
Yeah.
You can poke me all you want.
And I would say, go on a fucking diet, you slob.
Yeah.
Change and just
things.
laugh.
Change things.
And just laugh. But now, and not to be all over the place, but we're just having fun.
Yeah.
And nowadays, you say, hey.
You're not allowed to have fun.
Go get on a fucking treadmill. Fuck you midget. I'm 5'9".
You're offending me.
Oh my God.
I'm offended.
And then you go into the fucking teacher and you say, oh, Michael Dowd called me a midget because I'm 5'8".
Yeah.
Now the principal calls fucking Michael Dowd your mom.
My mother.
And then and
it's
then
a meeting.
And then here it even gets better. Then tells your dad, but your dad just saying if it was wrong, which it isn't wrong. Now your dad can't whoop your ass, so you don't do it again. Michael, go in your room for an hour.
Right.
Meanwhile, Michael's got an iPad, an iPhone, a fucking.
Hey, don't take the phone. I'll go to my fucking room, but don't you touch that phone.
Now go in the room for an hour, and you'll never do it again, right?
Right.
But I bet you if I take my belt off and not hurt you, but let you know what's up. After the second one, you're gonna think twice about doing
We're good,
that
Daddy. We're good, Daddy.
Right.
I was raised with the fucking iron fist.
So was I. Gravy spoons and and the
broke
belt.
a few.
A lot of them.
Broke a few.
And then you
Don't
get
forget, there's 6 boys in my house. That spoon went around the fucking table.
And then they get mad when the spoon breaks.
Breaks. You broke the fucking. I didn't break the spoon. You did.
Yeah, and now you get another one. You get another lick. I told that story. My grandma used to do that.
Yeah.
When she'd have like specific spoons for gravy. And, and she'd run out of them. Yeah. And she'd break one over my ass, and she'd be so mad. She was madder at me about that fucking spoon.
Yeah.
Then she'd take the metal, because she didn't give a fuck. She's just fucking tall.
Yeah.
She'd take the fucking metal, gravy spoon.
Yeah.
Wham!
Yeah.
Didn't give a fuck. This big.
Yeah.
Fucking
you deserved it. Who are you kidding?
I'm sure I did.
Sure you did.
Yeah. But then 2 seconds later, it was forgotten about.
Over.
That's how it was.
But that's how I am. Like, I can fucking scream at you guys right now and then hug you in about a minute later. Listen, it's over.
Because if you hold a grudge, you're just hurting yourself.
I can't.
Well, you're just
that's
hurting
what I tell my old lady. Jesus Christ, I'm going to fucking... It's okay now, honey. See? I'm done. I'm finished. Whatever I just said, forget it.
Now, but they can't.
Now suck my dick. It's over. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
Now just go get me some peanuts and give me a blowjob.
Yes. Put some fucking ice and some peanuts.
What is the peanuts thing? Just you like peanuts?
He said you want something in the room. I didn't say put a steak on my fucking thing. I'll take some peanuts.
And then he forgot to tell you. He said he was going to jerk off with the peanuts.
Because he said, what are you going to do with the peanuts? I said, I'm going to jerk off with them.
I was wondering where the peanuts came in. I heard him saying peanuts.
Nah, I'm just fucking around. Fuck. Anyway, so we're all over the fucking.
So what it comes down to is how long is this fucking interview gonna go? My neck is starting to hurt. So is his. Look at him. It's killing him over there. So what it comes down to is Kenny and I did the thing with the Diaz, and then we got rid of Kenny. I went to rehab. And I stayed there for 2 years, what they call the farm. In a PD, they call it the farm. And I went to rehab for 2 years, and I figured, okay, maybe I can get myself a disability pension for being a stone-cold drunk, and a hopeless one, you know? So I went in to see this doctor. Her name was Rasika. Spell it, I can't, but it spells weird, right? Dr. Rasika. And I'm looking for Dr. Rasika. I don't know who Dr. Rasika is, but I'm going to tell you what I found. When she opened the door, I looked up and I couldn't see her. Her head came to the doorknob, okay? And she was a little person, you know? Her hands she had some kind of deformity. And I'm saying, this is a fucking setup. They want to see how I'm going to respond to this. Because she couldn't get in the chair. She had to like.
I don't mean to laugh.
No, but
yeah.
She had to. So I'm no. This is the 80s, or was it? No, yeah. This is I don't know the 80s sometime or 90. No, this is 87, 88. So you could be inappropriate then, you know.
Yeah.
And this midget's gonna tell me about my fucking life and how bad I am, right? And I'm looking at her saying, "Are you fucking? Is this a fucking setup? This is not right. They're gonna make me talk to this person who's never had a normal day in her life, right? Because she's not."
She unfortunately has
she's not quote unquote normal, you know, like in the world of the world. Right. There's 7 billion people. She's one of 500,000, you know. So like she's never had a normal day in her life, and she's gonna try to figure out what's wrong with me. So all right. I'm talking. By the way, she's very intelligent. and had a fucking wall. Oh, she was the smartest one I spoke to. By the way, she had me pegged from the beginning. She knew that I really wasn't an alcoholic at that time, and she actually sent me back to duty, full duty, and I was pissed because she was right. I was mad, so I got drunk again, and then I turned myself in because I said I got to get away, and this is the only way to get away from them. So I turned myself in as a drunk. I went to the drunk tank for fucking 2 years, and so she was. I say she was right because she knew the game, and she put me back to work. When she puts me back, that's another story. They put me back to work, and they don't take me off the out sick list. Okay, so I'm not off the out sick list. So I report to work. She says, "You report to work tomorrow. You're good." Okay. I report to work, and the lieutenant says to me, "Dowd, I'm dressed in uniform, ready to go out on patrol. My name's on the list as out sick." So he goes, "What are you doing here? You're out sick." I go, "Clearly, I'm not sick. I'm here reporting for duty." He goes, "Now, you got to understand how civil service works. When you're out sick, you can't leave your house." I'm still out sick. I left my house to come to work. I get a 10-day fucking rip.
Wow.
For going to fucking work. Because the doctor said you can go back to work, but the fucking people in charge of pushing the buttons didn't hit the button saying return to work. So now I'm standing at work in uniform, ready to go to patrol. I wasn't like I was out with a cold. I was out getting psychologically evaluated. and I passed.
And told to go back to work.
I told to go back to work. Now I get a fucking 10-day rip, and I want to fucking kill somebody now. Now I'm mad. Now they got now it's on.
Now
it's on because I know. Because they're telling me we're coming for you.
Yeah.
And you just would love, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
now it's good. Now we're going to go. You know, we're going to fucking suit up and we're going to do this. And so I did everything I could at that moment. And I'm going to fucking go to war with you. So I went sick. I went this. I did everything I could. 10 days I lost. 10 days vacation pay because the doctor said go back to work. And I did.
And some man lieutenant or woman didn't hit the fucking button.
And then the lieutenant at the precinct's like, you're what they call AWOL, or whatever they would call it. You're out of residence without permission. And that's a fucking major violation. You motherfuckers. So it was on. It was on from then on. And I knew that they were going to come gunning for me, and I did everything I could to fucking duck and dodge, and I fucking sold more cocaine. I fucking did more business. I made more money. I bought a brand new Corvette. I fucking did everything I fucking could to get them. And, so that's how it went. And I got them okay.
Yeah, you did pretty
Until
good.
1992.
Now, how did the actual arrest go down in 92?
So I get transferred. I go to the farm. I end up out in the sleepy town precinct, 9-4 precinct, which is still Brooklyn, but it's a nice Brooklyn, you know. And it was nice, by the way. And I'm like, this is fucking heaven. What the fuck am I fighting this for? This is fucking wonderful. But of course, I can't stay away from the action. I end up with these tow truck guys. I end up making money with them. And I still liked a little bit of the cocaine. You know what I liked about the cocaine? It was a power fuck you. It was a powerful fuck you. So it gave me a lot of extra money, so when I say a lot, I'm clearing $500 a week right now in the PD, okay? I'm clearing $500 a week. So if I'm making $500 a week selling cocaine, I'm doubling my salary. But there's weeks when I make $2,000. Okay, so
it's up and down.
It's up and down. You know. So, P.S. I end up, on a phone wire, making a deal with Kenny and his peoples, and then it ends up. They trace me, they track me, they follow me, they fucking mic up places and all kinds of shit because they want me bad. And I get called in one day to, it was day after Rodney King riots. It was May 6th.
Now, how long were they following you around for?
5 years.
Wow, that
maybe
long?
6. Yeah.
Wow,
but intermittently, but for the most part, from 1985 to 87, then they were following me just off duty. Because it was 2 years where I was on the farm, so they would follow me off duty, and I would fucking
you went ham.
I wanted to kill them, and they would come to my bars, and I would buy them drinks. Is this guy drinking? No. What's he drinking? Coke. I said, he's a fucking rat. Get rid of this motherfucker. How about I buy you a drink? Nah, he's running out the door. And all kinds of shit. Anyway, and so that's why the interesting stuff is like so off the job.
Yeah,
like it's around that. You know, we used to go back to Brooklyn and rob people. You know, shit like that. That stuff is like insane.
Yeah, like, that's even better than the fucking.
Yeah, it's insane.
You know, that's even better than the movie.
Yeah,
the documentary.
It's insane.
It's a fucking movie to me. I don't care what.
Well, it's going to be called a movie because it plays like a movie.
Yeah, like when I tell people about it, you know what I mean? Even before I knew who you were, because I thought it was really good, I would say, hey, watch this movie, The 7-5.
Right.
Because to me, it's
a movie.
It's a movie.
It plays like a movie.
Yeah.
And the characters are in it.
It plays nothing like a fucking documentary.
Yeah, no.
But,
yeah. And the guy listened to me. The guy who did the directing, he listened to me. I said, this is what you do. If you do it this way, you're going to make your career is going to change forever. He does have a contract with Netflix now for 3 years. He's been doing movies and documentaries since that day. He's done very well for himself. And we speak often, you know.
Why don't you have him do a series for you? Let's let that out of it. I know I've had guys in that are like in between of Netflix. Well, you know some of them.
Yes.
And you know they're real tight and shit. So we'll throw that off the table.
Yeah.
So this happens. So you're wired up. They're watching you for 5-6 years. Blah 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 blah.
Right. I'm in the 9-4 precinct, and I'm making money with cars, and I still can't stay away from the cocaine because I like it. It's a power fuck, you know?
Yeah, right.
It's a mental fuck you. I just like to have a little bump when I'm driving home because, you know, you gotta fucking drive at 4 in the morning after you close the bar, you know? So it became almost like a medicine, right? And, of course, I hated every day of it and I regretted it every day, but I still did it the next day. Like, it was such a powerful fucking pull. And, so Rodney King beat down, city's getting broken up, they're breaking up places, but my radio's not going off. Like for 2-3 days, the radio doesn't go off. It's a little eerie. But 9-4 was quiet, so you could get a day or two like that. Anyway, we get called back to the precinct, 10-2. Called 10-2. So I'm like, I look at my partner. Now we just gave Kenny like a half a kilo or whatever it was. I said, did we do anything wrong today? Because I'm like, I'm not feeling good about this 10-2. And he goes, no, we didn't do anything. We just gave a kilo to someone. I mean, it's not like no one knows. I mean, who the fuck knows? The guy who got the kilo went home, right, to Long Island. We didn't have any interactions with anybody else. I walk into the precinct, and the guy behind the desk, the sergeant behind the desk he's like this, go see the captain. It was like they told him what he had to say. You know, it was like a setup. I didn't know until clearly I turned around and instead of the captain office, out from there, the two guys that were sitting out in the car out front when I pulled up, they were walking up the stairs with their badges out like a bust, you know. Mm-hmm. Internal Affairs, we need to take you for department ordered drug tests. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm going to lose the job. Great, just like I thought.
Just like I
thought.
Back,
it's
right?
gotta go. Whatever. I'll make $1 million a year selling fucking yo. It's all good. Thank you.
Already got the connection.
I'm all set. My life is set up. Yeah. I'll be in the DR. I'll be in fucking Puerto Plata every weekend. Anyway. So that, you know, they end up taking me downstairs and they put me in a car. It's a funny story. I'm in the car. I got this cocaine now. I can't get rid of it. But I didn't want to leave it in my locker. Because first of all, I had to take it out of my pants pocket. And they were so close to me that I couldn't get dressed. I couldn't bend my knee without hitting one of them. I'm like, dude, am I under arrest? He's like, no. I goes, could you give me some fucking room to get dressed then? I mean, I got a gun. I got to shoot you, you motherfucker. Get away from me. And anyway, so, shit, I got like 5 grams of coke in this pocket. What am I going to do? So I'll get rid of it. I'm just like, I'll get rid of it. And I couldn't fucking find a free... a scatillion. What is Obama? Not a scatillion of fucking evidence. Not a smidgen. I couldn't find a fucking moment to where I can go like this. I mean, there's a garbage pail, there's a floor. I couldn't go like that without someone seeing my hand. So I get in the patrol car, the back, and I smoked at the time, Marlboro Light. So I go, gentlemen, I don't see any fucking handles on the doors and no fucking window opener here. I said, but I need to smoke a cigarette. They go, all right, well, go ahead. I said, well, how about, a little window action here? They go, no, go ahead.
You're like Lefty from Donnie Brasco. Yeah. I'm catching a draft.
I'm fucking smoking, double smoking. You can't see inside this fucking car now. All right, well, too bad, I'm trying to get and open the fucking window so I can off the bag. They fucking must have been on me. Anyway, so I go, I'll get rid of it when I get out of the car. They'll open the car door. I'll just drop it and fuck them.
Right.
They opened the car door. It was like, there's no way I can do it. Like this, looking right at me like this. Fuck. You know what? I got a long walk to the fucking to the entrance to Left Rack City. I turn around the car. There's someone here, here, and here. So I'm fully flanked. And I look up, and there's like 40 police officers with their fucking all the gold badge guys standing like a phalanx in the fucking on the walkway. So I'm walking past a fucking whole army of cops. And then I make a right. I'm going, okay, I'll get inside the fucking building. I'll dump it in there. The elevator opens up, and these guys with scrambled eggs on there. Now, scrambled eggs is big. These guys are wearing scrambled eggs on their helmets. They're on there. I see birds and stars on their shoulders. I go, this is pretty serious. This is no fucking regular drug test, do you think?
Yeah.
This is a department-ordered drug test? Holy fuck.
I didn't get the memo.
Wow. I didn't know it was this secure. I get upstairs, and there's the lieutenant. His name was like, I don't know, Hoffenberg. I don't fucking know his name. He's after me for fucking the longest time. I hated him. He was standing there looking at me. He goes, "Will you pee in this cup, Dowd?" I go, "No problem. This is going to burn right the fuck up. This is going to burn that fucking needle right the fuck up. I don't care. I just did a blast, Yeah. It's going to be okay." So I lose my job. Yeah, have some. It's fucking still pure. It's got Absolute in with the fucking cocaine if you want to taste it. I hand them back. It is what it is, All right, whatever, thank you. All of a sudden, some short little Italian guy comes in with the curly fucking Italian hair with the big nose. Comes walking over. The officer, Dowd, yeah, you're under arrest. Yeah? Oh, really? For what? Conspiracy to distribute narcotics in Suffolk County. Okay.
Again, you're thinking, just lose my job.
Yeah. Okay. Put my hands up. I'm under arrest. All right. I'm not in uniform. I'm in civilian clothes. And they searched me. They searched me, and that fucking 5-gram bag of cocaine gets pulled out of my pocket. And I look at the cop who pulled that. It was a city cop. I go, "What'd you fucking put that in my pocket for?" What are you doing, trying to set me up?
Hey, that's good thinking on the spot.
What are you trying to set me up? You put a fucking bag of coke with 5.5 grams in. What are you doing? Anyway, so it didn't go down too well. But that was my fucking take on it. It was my truth. I'm speaking to my truth. You put that cocaine in my pocket.
It wasn't yours.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
So off I went, and then we went out on bail. Suffolk took us for the conspiracy charge. We went out on bail, and then...
Were they assholes arresting you, or were they pretty reasonable with you? Because, I mean...
I think there was a sense of sadness and disgust. Both. Because, they see humanity. They know who we are.
Yeah.
They've been watching us for 3-4 years, some of them.
Yeah, they know when you're getting... They know when you eat.
They know what's eating. Fucking, yeah. The guy said, yeah. By the way, I like that trip you went on. Thanks. Yeah. I appreciate you going to the DR to see Adam, because I got the chance to go to the DR that week. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for the free vacation, Mike.
Motherfucker, I had to pay for mine.
So you get popped. All that shit happens.
Yeah. They're out on bail. Kenny puts the wire on. He hooks up this kidnapping plot, whatever.
Yeah, what really happened with that shit? I want to hear from you because I would bet money that it's a little bit different than what's portrayed or
Well, it's definitely a bit different than what's portrayed, but you got to realize so it's the feds, and they cut certain things out of anything that they're going to let you hear, right?
Right.
So the things I say, like, no, we're not going to kill her. That didn't make the tape.
Of course.
There's no reason to kill her, Kenny. Why would we kill her? I didn't hear that on the fucking tape, but I know I said it. Believe me when I tell you, I know I said it. That didn't make the tape. The only thing that made the tape is, yeah, we'll just throw her in the back of the trunk. I'm just trying to say, like, you fuck the fat chick, please. Because I want the hot one. Take the fat one.
Right.
So, they're going to kill her, right? Or they're going to kidnap her. I go, all right, so we throw her in the trunk, whatever. I mean, let's just get to the location and discuss this because we're not going there for that today.
In other words, you're saying that under your breath.
Yeah.
It's recorded, and then when the time comes, now they're using that like you were going to go take out the girl.
Exactly.
But you were just saying under your breath to get his ass to go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's check it out. In other words, that's not the plan today. We're going to the house to see if it's a viable option.
Right.
Now he's going, well, they're going to do this. They're going to do that. Kenny, we're going to look at the place. Yeah, but all right, so you throw her in the car, you throw her in the trunk, whatever you want to do. I just want to get to the place because I need to get the bail money back because my parents put their houses up. My parents, my brothers all put their houses up. I just need to leave the country, go to Costa Rica and do shrimping.
Yeah.
I'm getting a job as a shrimper for the Astoria Manor.
Right.
The Astoria Manor, because they have 11 catering halls, and every one of them has 3 weddings on a weekend night, okay? 3, each one. Morning, afternoon, and night, and they get a lot of fucking shrimp orders. So they're going to give me a job running the shrimp boat in Costa Rica. And I'm in.
Would you have changed your name?
Miguel.
Just go tan a little bit more. You could probably pull it off.
I can tan up nice. I get almost as dark as you.
Yeah,
but you have to spray.
I don't spray. Nah. I did try that. Though.
Of course you would.
It fucks
Why
your
not?
clothes. It fucks your clothes.
Especially if you wear something light.
Anything light, it's fucked. It's fucked. That's nasty shit. Yeah, I went through that bullshit phase. Whatever. I did. Got it in my fucking hair.
He admits it.
Yeah. Motherfucking shit got it in my fucking hair. I didn't know it. I go to dinner, fucking shit's dripping down. And I'm going to a meeting about an engineering bid. Oh, fuck.
Like Giuliani. Like Giuliani with the fucking black shit.
Did you see that shit?
Fuck. Dude. Dude, what are you doing?
I was watching. I'm trying to figure out, like, does anybody fucking see that? And it was from the gate when he went on.
Right from the beginning. Yeah, put a hat on or something. FDNY, one of those.
Little did we know, now they're trying to fucking whack him.
Oh, yeah.
Or put him away or whatever.
They're scumbags. They're scumbags, these people.
So then, so all that shit happens. You're out on bail. You get fucked.
Yeah.
Then you have to go testify. Was it the Marlin
Commission? So they came to me. They're going to do this commission about corruption in the police department, and they only want to know is about the white police officers that are robbing people. Okay, there's a whole racket that got away with it. A huge one. But they want the white face attached to it. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be. I'm just being honest.
No, you're not being racist.
No, I'm being honest.
But it's also like that today as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
they want to put the bad face to things. Critical race theory, everything. Back then, they had a whole organization in the 7-9, the 7-7, and the 7-1, all hooked in together. All guys from because they were guys from the neighborhood. They knew it better than anybody.
Right.
They lived there. That's why people say, don't you think they should have cops from the same neighborhoods, policing the same neighborhoods? The answer to that is no. Straight out. No. Are you going to lock your brother up or your cousin?
Right.
Or your baby's mom and daddy. You can't do that.
And if you are, you're a piece of shit. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm doing now. It's not fair. It's not fair anymore. You were fucking slinging with me last week. You got a job now as a police officer. Now you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you were sitting there, and it's in the 7-5, and it's actually you there, much younger. Right?
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah. At the commission. Yeah. That was pretty almost.
What are you, 32 now?
I did 12 years in prison and 14 years sentence. So, yeah, I look 30. Yeah.
You do that, maybe anti-Asian clinic.
There you go. There's a clinic.
Prison.
They had clinics. The federal. The Club Fed.
Yeah.
It was Club Fed. It was.
Yeah.
It
was.
Yeah.
WAS with big capitals.
Yeah, big.
Yeah. So when you're getting questioned,
right,
is there anything you wish you wouldn't have said that you said? Because
don't start.
Well,
you know damn well that one thing I shouldn't have said, but I did about the girl and Bible and the money.
Yeah, but a couple of things I don't know about.
Well, hundreds.
But you're like,
I lied. I said hundreds of crimes. It was thousands. I mean, come on. So, but I mean, I said the thing about the girl, which with the Bible thing and the money underneath it, but that was really because I was reeling at that moment, and I would have done anything at that moment to get Kenny's trust back. So I ended up scamming the girl out of the money. Where's the money? Under the Bible. Oh, it's not there anymore. Lord help me. Yeah. And I'm a good, I'm a Catholic Christian guy. If I could see that girl today, I'd triple the money to her. Here you go. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because of the interest.
Yeah.
No, but
a couple points on it.
Yeah, something. No, but it was the worst thing. That's the worst thing I feel that I did.
Yeah.
Of all the fucking. I call it gluttony. Of all the gluttony that I was involved in, that was a little bit worse than gluttony. That was mean. That was mean.
Yeah, because
I don't mind taking money from drug dealers or taking their cocaine.
Right, because it's not like you're robbing, the hardworking man down the street.
And I'm okay with that.
And that's one.
And I can live with that because it's wrong, but it's my wrong.
But what I'm saying is like if you were out there robbing a guy who's working his ass off 9 to 5, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
But now if you're robbing a drug dealer, not that it's right, but if you're robbing a drug dealer,
but it's okay. It's not right, but it's okay.
Yeah,
we're not mad.
If that makes any sense,
right?
It's right.
No,
but it's wrong.
I agree with that. Yeah. Well, listen. So so if I pulled the guy over, no matter who the fuck he was, if his hands were dirty, I don't give a fuck if he had no license, no registration, no insurance card, no plates on his truck, nothing. I wouldn't give him a ticket.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what he looked like, but if his hands were dirty, I wouldn't give him a ticket. It's a working man. I ain't giving a working man a ticket. That's how I was trained.
Yeah. I was just gonna
never.
I understand.
Never.
Yeah.
Never do it.
And I agree with you.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. He's a working man. Give him a break. Give him a break. Now, if he's the same guy every weekend, do it.
You can only go so far.
Yeah.
But if he's working a hard 9 to 5 and he's a little fucked up, let him the fuck go. He's got a family at home.
I don't want to ruin your life because for a fucking ticket or for a DUI, well, don't get me wrong, DUI is a serious issue.
Yeah.
And we understand that. But back then, you had discretion. I could take your keys, drive you home, just hold your keys till come back later, or just throw them out and figure it out, dude. You call your wife, tell her to bring an extra set of keys.
Because you take that guy. If you give that guy a DUI, he loses his license. How's he going to get to work?
How's he going to get to work?
Yeah.
How's he going to feed her?
Yeah.
Or them, or the kids, whatever.
See, why the fuck don't they mention that? Well, I'm done asking why because I already know the fucking answer.
Yeah, they don't care.
So
So you can build a bridge all day long. You suck one small dick and you're a dick sucker. Okay, so I'm not saying I did. But if I would want it to be a big one because I don't want to get accused of sucking a little dick. I mean, what the fuck?
You're a funny dude.
What the fuck? I mean, if you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Bring that big honker over here. I mean.
Now, when you're sitting there in front of all them people in that fucking thing.
I don't do anything small, all right? I mean, he had a chance.
If you're going to do it, you're going to do it right?
I wish listen, I could have made millions, so I did it wrong. Millions.
Well, you try to do it right.
In the process of doing all the scam shit that I did as a police officer, which, by the way, this is not a joke. None of it is a joke. We're laughing because it's life. It happens. Life is funny. The consequences are serious, right? But I could have made millions. And I chose to be sort of honorable. Was that I didn't want to abuse my relationship with the drug dealer. I mean, I turned in probably $500,000 of his money one day back to him. Gave it back to him.
That to me when you
in a robbery.
When you say that, although the whole situation's fucked up, I think that's because although it's drugs or whatever it is, it's the way you were raised. You were raised well.
I mean, I was trained to be loyal to the people that are good to you, and that's what I did,
And whether it's a drug dealer or...
It didn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We're friends today.
I agree with you.
I mean, should I be? I don't know, but I am. We care about each other. How you doing, Mike? I haven't heard from you in a month. What's going on? Is everything okay? And now we got the cigars.
Yeah.
And we play with the cigars. We brought the cigars up for interviews, so we have something to talk about,
Yeah.
And I helped Tim promote that. And in fact, I gave him the idea, and then he went ahead and did something about it because his family owns a tabacalera in Santiago or something. Yeah, Santiago, Dominican Republic. So I peddle his cigars once in a while, and he has family that brings it over, and then they sell it, and they go to the tax. They go to the tax ports and stuff.
All on the up. And
all legit. Yeah, it's all legit. So I mean, if someone wants some cigars, I got them. Not a lot, not many, because I don't overstock anything, and if I run out, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It happens, but they're very good. They're very high quality and good cigar.
There you go.
Well,
So now
the 7.5
the 7.5
is the name of the cigar.
Very nice.
Well, what a better name.
What up? Hello.
So now you testify, you're out on bail, you end up going to jail. And what was the story before we started that you were, because I want you to tell it. Who'd you run into when you were in there? Or wasn't the Clinton's brother in there?
Oh, yeah.
Or cousin?
Bobby Joe Blythe.
Yeah, what's the whole story behind that you were saying?
So, no, that was the Mena Airport connection. I don't know if you're familiar with that story. So the Mena Airport was in Arkansas. And that was one of the airports that they were using to bring the cocaine from the Contras to America. Of course, who was the governor of Arkansas? Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
The Mena Airport, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton's cousin, Bobby Joe Blythe, was flying loads of cocaine. And he told me. He said, yeah, I was flying loads of cocaine in from the fucking South America, landed in Mena Airport. I'm getting 2 years for money laundering.
2 years.
Yeah.
Bill had
2
no
years
idea
for money
either.
laundering.
Bill didn't know. He didn't.
Yeah. No, he knew nothing.
No, he didn't know anything.
That woman, I did not have sex with that woman. What the fuck?
I did not have sexual intercourse
with that woman. Relations. Sexual relations.
I'm sorry.
Is that his hook and his schwanz? What the fuck?
Maybe that's his
I did not have sexual relations.
Maybe that's his cock.
He didn't know how to point his finger straight. He's like this. What, is that your fucking hook?
That's crooked dick, maybe.
His henda, his hook shank.
Maybe that's his crooked dick.
Yeah.
So
that may be some women want that pokes, whoop.
And what were you saying about their last name? It's
Bobby Joe Blythe.
Yeah, but
that's his mother's.
The mother's
Bill Clinton's mother's maiden name.
Yeah,
Bobby Joe was Blythe.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I did time with him, but
And then you do 12 out of 13 years, right?
12 and change on 14. It's a 14-year sentence.
14.
I forget 12 years 5 months.
Yeah,
I forget now.
Yeah.
I forget now.
Good.
Can you imagine? I forget how much fucking time I did now. Actually, I got the year. I got the year off for the drug program, and then they put it back on my sentence.
Did you?
Yeah, I lost it because I transferred from one prison to another. In the transfer, I left the district that won the court case, and then I went back to fucking. I wanted to fucking kill those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That was worse than getting a 14-year sentence.
Yeah, because that's a year. Yeah,
I already was changing the page, And that was like in 1999, they fucking put a year back on my sentence. I was going home in 2003. And because I switched from the Judicial District of the 11th Circuit, where I won the case, and I ended up in the 1st Circuit, which is Boston, lady called me and he says, listen, we got good news and bad. Oh, really? 2 hot chicks. I'm like, holy fuck, how bad could this be?
Yeah.
What are you going to tell me? Well, you want bad news or the good? I go, well, give me the bad first, because the good can't, the good, I'm looking at the good, right?
Yeah.
No, you lost a year off when you transferred from Mariana to, and I'm like, no, this is not. I'm like, what? Yeah, so your release date's changed to 2004, and I went and collapsed.
You're almost done.
Yeah, well, at that point, I'm 2/3. I'm 2/3 done. Still, yeah. So and they added a year on, so now I'm like 3/5 done, not 2/3. Whatever's the bigger number. Yeah. So
That's heartbreaking.
yeah. So I'm fucking wrecked and like pass out, palpitations, fucking insane.
Yeah, because when you're in there, you have it's the same routine every day,
Yeah.
and it's like the smallest things.
Everything's moving towards that date right there.
Yeah.
And then I fought like fuck to get it. I fought like fuck. It took me 3 years to get that date. Fighting inside the whole inside the system, all the way to Washington and back to court and back. I finally get the fucking year off. They transfer me because I tried to bang the chick. And when I get
try to bang a chick.
and then when I get to the new fucking prison, they tell me this, and I'm like, holy fuck, and I'm sick. And then she goes, well, do you want to know the good news?
What the fuck could that be?
First she says to me, would you like me to call for an ambulance or a doctor or a hospital? I don't know, because I'm fucking numb. And she goes, well, do you want to hear the good news? So I go, well, go ahead. I mean, what's the good news? You're going to ship me back to Mariana so I can get the year off back? She goes, well, you'll be the first case in the First Circuit to fight the case. Hopefully you can win and change the rule.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I just fought you fucks for 3 fucking years, and now you transferred me here. I got to fight you again. And I did fight them, and I lost. There's Dowd versus fucking Ward or some shit in the fucking...
She should have just told you, we got bad news and bad
and more bad news.
and more bad news.
Yeah. She
Which
thought
one?
this was great news for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And well, what's odd is, you know when it like comes down to the end, it's longer.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
drags like a mother.
I'll tell you, the best day I slept was the last day in prison.
Yeah.
I fucking overslept. They had to wake me up.
And
I woke up every day at the crack of the door.
and is it true that your wife at the time has said that when you got arrested, she slept better
Slept
than
like
she
a
had
rock.
because
She knew where I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I called up. She says, "Don't take this the wrong way, Mike. I love you, and I want everything to work out." She says, "But I had the best night's sleep of my life last night."
And he says,
I
"So
said,
do
"Why is that?" I said, "Why is that?" She says, "Because I knew where you were."
And didn't you say that you had the best night of your life?
No.
Oh, okay. That was maybe
No,
later.
maybe later on.
Yeah.
No, the best night's sleep I had was the last day in prison.
Yeah.
I overslept. They were waiting for my shoes and shit. You know, everybody's waiting at your cell. They're
Yeah.
waiting for all my shit. You know, I'm like, all right, you want my coffee cup, my underwear, whatever the fuck you want. You know, I got to go. But I was late. The first time I slept past 7 o'clock in 12 and a half
And
years.
you're late the day you're gonna
The day I got to go, I'm like, they got to wake me up. Holy fuck. Maybe I don't want to go. Is there something going on here?
Keep me.
Yeah, this is too easy. It's gotten routine, you know?
Yeah.
You did a long stretch, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You do. You just get into that routine.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it takes about 6 months. 7 months.
Yeah. The routine is when it comes, and then you become you again, the new you, whatever that new you is. From you recreate yourself. I know. I think I did.
Yeah,
And, of course,
right.
a lot of your old personality characteristics are still around.
You're still you.
You're still you. It's just now you've adapted.
Yeah.
You've adapted and you've overcome most cases, and you've tried to. I would say prison life. You try to capitalize on what's there.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. If it's good food, if it's banging a fucking female god. I mean, this is goals. We have goals. I mean, I didn't get one, but there were guys that were hitting them off and they were walking the girls out. A year later, 6 months later.
My buddy, I can't say his
Yeah.
name, but my buddy, he was banging the counselor. Right now, this idiot, and I've called him an idiot to his face,
Yeah.
so he won't get mad. This idiot uses the jail phone
Yeah.
to call her cell phone.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
They catch him, they throw him in the hole, and fucking transfer him from New York.
Yeah, to Wisconsin or something.
Yeah, you
fucking,
probably
yeah.
know it is. So they transfer him to fucking Arizona.
Yeah.
They gave him the whole diesel therapy.
Yeah.
Now, why would you get on the?
Because
but-
they get mad as hell at you. They're
Yeah.
mad. They're mad at you hitting one of their own.
Yeah.
Because that shows internal weakness. Like we're fucking. You see how vulnerable we are to these motherfuckers that we think are good guys. What the hell? Of course he's a good guy. He's getting his fucking dick off. What do you? I mean, you can't blame the man. That's what he's missing. You're giving him food and fucking some weights. Oh, no, maybe not anymore. And then they come and they go with the weights. We used ice buckets for months and years too.
You find a way.
Yeah, you find a way.
Whether water bags,
Water
or-
bags, ice buckets, fucking towels on the bars, whatever it is,
something, yeah.
The guys look good. You guys look fat and out of shape. What the fuck?
The panty store is the best. That you were telling me that was the best. Yeah, they try to fucking nail you, man.
Oh yeah. Well, there was other ones.
Yeah,
I can't remember them all.
yeah. Tell that one real quick, and then
What, with the panties?
Yeah, when you come get the visit, she's got no.
Oh
panties
yeah,
on.
because she was we got engaged.
So your fiance comes.
Yeah, we got engaged in the visiting room, and she met me through writing, and then she came to meet me, and then I yelled at her one time, "Go fuck yourself! Don't send me more letters. You answer a letter a month later. I wrote you a letter. You answer me a month later. I mean, what the fuck? I'm waiting every day for a month for the answer to these questions, and you answer me a month later. So,
How bad does that suck when you go
Yeah.
for mail call and you're just standing there, everybody's getting.
So I got a lot of mail, but
but I mean, you're waiting for a specific
Yeah, I'm waiting for that one. Yeah, and fucking, I'm waiting. A month later, the answer. I don't even know what I asked her. So now I'm like, what the fuck is this letter? So one day she says, I sent you $10. You can give me a call if you'd like. So I call her up. I go, do me a favor. I'm not a sympathy fucking case. You're wasting my time. She got so fucking mad at herself. She started sending me money. She started sending me coming to visit me in Florida. I'm like, holy fuck, this girl, she's good looking. And so, I'm in prison, bro. I'll take any strange. So anyway, yeah, I tell her, I don't want to wear this time, so I get some of that fucking pussy. Maybe I'll fuck you. I'm going to try. I'm trying. And they had it all set up. They had the camera zoomed in on her underwear. She had no underwear on. Her fucking snatch was on the fucking camera. So they call me and they go, how's this sound? This is the fucking guy who I told, the Mexican, later on. The Mexican guy, I said, let's box, motherfucker. So I said to him, he goes, how does this sound, Dowd? Every CO in this fucking prison has seen your girl's snatch and you haven't. He was such a nasty fuck. I go, but what am I going to do? Mm-hmm. What am I going to do?
Yeah, your hands are tied.
Yeah, I go, well, how was it? How was it? Because you're right, I ain't seen it yet.
I would have said, can I see the film?
Can I get a fucking look? Yeah. They were teasing me with it. We got the film, I'm like, they we bet you want to see it. I go, what's the fucking ass I know? Anyway, so that was the fucking gig. So.
Meanwhile, you're on the phone having sex calls.
Oh, with the girl, with the crazy girl.
Yeah, tell me. And the guards are listening.
Tell you, the guards are lined up. Dowd, what time tonight? I go 7:40, right after fucking some show I'm watching. 7:40, I'm going to be on the phone for about a half an hour. My phone bill was $800 a month, and I don't make that kind of money. The girl would send me $800 large for the phone and $3,800 that she would send me that we made on the side money. She was running an escort service.
And you're having phone sex on the jail phone, and the guards are listening, waiting for the call.
Waiting for the call, yeah. She's got the candles burning her fucking vagina. She sent me the books. She sent me the books. This is what I want, master. So I read the master books. I learned how to be a master.
Well, at least you learned that,
I learned how to master bait. No, I learned how to master the bait.
Master the bait.
Master the baiters.
If I see a Dowd's massage or Dowd's massage, I know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, right. It's the master training program.
So now, as soon as you get out, you bang. You go right to one of the colleges or the police college, and you start.
Well, my first gig was at Iona University. A former police officer from one of the cops from the city was the head of their criminal justice department. Then one of my writing friends that wrote me daily was a professor there, and he hooked it up for me and the gentleman to speak and make arrangements, and I ended up speaking at Iona University, and it went well,
And you chose to reach out because you wanted to do.
Well, that's what I was hoping.
Yourself.
I was hoping to be able to do, and so anyway, so I didn't reach out. They reached out to me.
Okay.
NYPD.
Mm-hmm.
Iona University, I sort of was tickling back and forth with them because a friend of mine was involved with them, and he said, Dowd's coming home from prison. He'd like to speak before your criminal justice department, and so on. And so they made that arrangement themselves with me, and the NYPD came to me early on and asked me to speak for them or do something for them and do a film or whatever. And I said, sure, no problem. Just put in writing that you won't distribute the film outside the NYPD. I'd never heard from them again until the 7/5 documentary came out. And then they wanted to suck my dick, and they made me all kinds of false promises again. But they used it, and they utilized the film and my speaking, and I trained them how to train their supervisors as well. So in my debriefing with them on how I was able to do certain things and what I did and why I did them and how I did them, they were able to set up a training program for the recruits and for the supervisors to avoid the pitfalls of guys who know how to utilize the system against their own people. And so that's what came of it. They wouldn't let me speak before the recruits because they didn't want to make me look good. They didn't want to. They didn't want to give me that opportunity to show cleanliness or to show the redemption.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, they didn't want to give. Even though I was in meetings with them, I had three separate meetings. They bought me dinner twice. But they didn't want. So Kelly's response was, and I like his son, Greg Kelly. But Mr. Kelly, Ray Kelly, the Haiti scam, the Haitian scam, they robbed all the money from Haiti. Anyway.
I follow you.
Kelly, who ran the Haiti police department when Clinton took the $10 billion, I don't know what he did with his, but Kelly, so Mike Wallace reached out to Kelly for me.
$10 billion. We'll like that. We'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the earthquake money.
Yeah.
Clinton and everybody. Anyway, Haiti wants Clinton dead. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's why. And Kelly ran the police department over there. Anyway, so Kelly didn't want me to have a redemption on their back. In other words, Dowd can do whatever the fuck he wants with his life, and we can certainly use his information, but we're not going to allow him to speak before the recruits because that would make like a full circle, right? And so I did the filming anyway for them. I broke down helped them break down how they would train their supervisors, and I waited for a call back that they promised, and they promised me the films, and they never gave me the films, and they never called me back. And then I ended up in a little problem that I've been dealing with something up in Connecticut, and I can't say anything more about that.
Yep.
Trying to save someone's life, I got jammed up. Anyway, but I'm responsible for my actions. So it's been an exciting, between the documentary and how things open up, people actually, even though they don't necessarily like what I did and don't necessarily like me because of what I did, but when they meet me, they generally think I'm a pretty decent guy overall, and we're laughing and making fun of shit here, but the reality is I try to laugh at life. So that's how I choose to, I don't want to laugh at people. I laugh at life. So what the things I've done in my life, I can laugh at it because I'm living with it. And you know what? Throw it on me. That's all good.
And you've changed.
Everybody makes shit. Hope,
But people don't believe that people like you or someone who's got in trouble can change. They don't. And then they hold it just like the NYPD didn't want you to talk to the recruits. So you get out. You did your 13 fucking years.
14-year sentence.
14 fucking years. Got fucked out of a year.
Right.
You're now trying to help people.
Right. For the last 15 years.
Right. Not make the mistakes that you made. And because of what you did, some don't want to fuck with you. And that's so fucked up because people can change. And I ran into that.
I found this out. The cops particularly, and maybe law enforcement in general, but cops in law enforcement and people in that world that have to have this image of purity, which everybody's fucking human, they're harder on guys that fall because it makes them look like they're susceptible as well to fall, and it causes people to question their actions. Are you a little light, Dowd? That piece of shit, no good scumbag? Well, he did fucking hand me an 8-ball one day and I partied with him, or he did drop a fucking stack of hundreds off at me once, but I don't know what you're talking about. Like or I did drive home last night, hammered like a motherfucker, but I pulled my badge out and got away with it. These are the people, we call them what? Hypocrites? So, and I'm not saying all cops are and they aren't, but many can be hypocritical, and it's like this. Whatever I was and whatever I represented, that's not who I am. I'm a human, right? And that's one of the lessons I try to teach people. We're all human. And we all take a track in life, and we all try to do the best we can with what we have. There are people who are just evil. And
I agree. There's evil, and then there's evil.
There's evil. I was in prison with some evil motherfuckers, but I was also in prison with a lot of guys that they did wrong, and they were hard in their luck, and then a lot of them came out and got jammed up again because life's not easy. And we're risk takers, and sometimes we skirt the edge of the rules. But in the reality for me is, what are you doing with it? If you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong. We all know when we're doing wrong. It's what are you doing with it? Are you buying a brand new Corvette and fucking running around the ghetto like I was? You know what? You deserve a good knock in the fucking head. Now get up, straighten your life out, and go live one. Go live one with some honor and some integrity. On the other hand, if you're out there and you've done something wrong, let's say you're Diaz, but he supported fucking 1,400 children's colleges. I'm just throwing it around.
Right.
Is it?
Does that?
Who are you now?
Right.
Are you the guy that supported the colleges, or because you gave some cocaine to some guys that like to party on a Friday night? And you made $500,000. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying because the first thing they say is, well, our kids in school got it. Well, if your fucking kids are in school at 11 years old smoking or snorting my cocaine, you got a fucking problem. Got a fucking problem.
That's your fucking kid.
Yeah. You fucking did something wrong.
Maybe you should
watch out for him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, and God forbid that is the case. And, and I don't want ever to have that on my head. And I don't, by the way.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Whether it's the parents' fault or not.
Yeah. I don't have that on my head.
Yeah.
But I'm saying some people actually target that,
And that's an evil.
My guy sold cocaine in the bar at Garfield's on Friday night, okay? If you weren't 21, you didn't belong in there, or 18 when I started the gig. So,
right. Right. Not downplaying.
It's not right, but
but again, there's evil and then there's evil.
Right.
Yeah. And, I wish society
When
was
my
different.
friend needed a loan, my friend needed bail money, who was it? He didn't call his mother, he called me.
Right.
I was the one who went and picked them up, changed your tires in the night, called a tow truck for you at 3 a.m. I'm the one they called.
You just took my line. I always say, I'm the one who'll be there at 3 a.m. Right, Rob? Yeah, but, and so what? You're fucked up. It doesn't, but then when you change, you never, they hope it gets held against you forever.
I found out this. I can't keep apologizing.
Yeah.
I just can't.
It is what it is.
People are attacking a friend of mine somewhere along the way, and I said to him, stop apologizing. You already did. You did your time. You came out and you asked people to give you a chance. It's how you live your life now. If you don't like what I did, don't talk to me.
Fuck it.
But this is who I am today.
Like me or love me.
Love me. I'm okay. The best thing I ever did in prison was hand a guy a soup for 25 cents and a fucking sleeve of crackers. And he didn't pay me back. When he went to pay me back, because I told him you ain't getting nothing else, when he came to me, he says, can you get me ice cream? Let me tell you a story. Can you get me ice cream today? Ice cream, big,
Yeah.
$3 ice cream, I said, no. He's like, what? Of course you can get me an ice cream. You got money, and it's Thursday, it's your day, and you only eat one, and you can get two. I said, yeah, but that 35 cents worth of crackers and fucking soup, you never returned it to me. 35 cents, motherfucker. I bought you for 35 cents, and you got no face right now.
And I'm with you, because to me, you saying that, to me, it wouldn't matter to me if it was 35 cents or $350K.
Right.
It's the point.
That's right.
It's the fact of the matter.
Yeah.
I went out. I tried to help you. You didn't pay me back. Fuck you.
Done.
Don't matter if it's a penny.
Done. He was done.
You're cut.
He was done. And the sad thing is, he wasn't a bad guy. But I shouldn't have to tell him that. And he knew it. You didn't come to me asking me for a fucking ice cream, knowing you knew you owed me a soup and a fucking sleeve of crackers. Where else you got going on around here?
and I would think, man, you got some balls.
Yeah.
You didn't pay me back.
Yeah. Jacked, big buck, too. Jacked. I said, tell your story walking, pal, right in front of 40 people.
Yeah.
Right? And embarrassed the fuck out of him. You know what happened when I got back to my cell?
Respect.
The crackers and the fucking soup were on my bed.
I bet so.
And I never had another word with him, and he couldn't fucking say another word to me.
Good.
Done.
Good. Now when you go,
got you.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Good. Well, hey, look, that's how I live too. Hey,
I'll do anything for you.
I'll take my shirt off my back for you. But you fucked me one time. That's it. And I don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah.
$1, $350,000.
Doesn't matter.
Borrow
Your
the fucking
word
car,
was what mattered.
And you tell me the car's going to be back by 5, and you say, "Oh, well, I got jammed up."
Yeah.
Just call me. And say,
we all get jammed up.
Just give me a fucking call.
Oh, how about this? I had to do my laundry. Bitch, I did my laundry before the appointment. I didn't wait till the appointment time and say I had laundry to do. The fuck? Everybody's got laundry to do.
Yeah. No, I mean, really.
Don't fucking get me started, bro.
Yeah, me neither. I could go. We'll be here another 2 hours.
No, it's good. We're good.
I know.
It's fucking dinner time, bro. Let's go.
Well, you said he wanted to fucking lose weight, so I'm helping you.
No, you're killing me.
I got one thing really quick.
Yeah, what's that?
If you could go back in time, right? Take the magic machine and go back to time. Is there anything you would have done differently? Anything you wouldn't have done? Maybe you wouldn't have. What would be that thing that you would, if you went back in time, you would have?
So one of the things that I think about is like I should have took the job seriously. I never took it seriously. By that I mean when I was in the job long enough to understand it, it was too late.
Yeah.
When I had my first son and I realized that this is really what it's about, I was already in hot water, and as my maturity. Mental maturity kicked in. I was already in fucking hot water. I was like, and the small world of the police department, it's hard to overcome. So, what I would say is, think carefully before you make the types of mistakes I did. Recognize that you're really throwing away the reason you came here. If you came here for a good job, to do the right thing, and to get a nice pension, you're throwing it away because what I'm doing, you're not going to get one.
You're going to get a sentence.
Yeah, you're not getting one. You're either sentenced or the gift of being terminated, which I thought I was going to get, but somehow it didn't work out for me that way. I had to go to federal prison.
You had your son before you went to prison?
Oh yeah, I had two boys before I went.
So that was hard, I'm sure. Just
I mean,
that part alone.
That would at times it would really wreck me emotionally. And then what happened was, and this is sad to say on camera here, I ended up not having that connection that I would normally have to my children. Although we love each other and respect each other, and I respect them and appreciate them, I don't have the nurtured feeling that I have for my father, that I have for my father, and that my father has back for me. I have a different feeling for them. For them, I've developed a friendship, which I told them, listen, we're going to be friends. Because I haven't been your father, right? 12 years. They grew up. One went to college, and one was going on to high school. I said, but maybe one day I can be your dad. But right now,
let's start here.
Let's start here.
Yeah.
And I've found that over the years, there are really great moments where I feel like a dad. But it's not easy to get that feeling. It's just not. I don't know if you've been around that type of situations. Or
I have a 9-month.
And so think, I was, my one was 5 and one was 11 months old when I went away, And so, and because distance, so not seeing them on a regular basis, it was like, I do have kids, don't I?
Yeah.
Like, after a while, because
your
life is in the walls.
Yeah, that's your life, and one of your sons was 2. So what? He was what?
No,
6?
well, he was 11 months when I got arrested.
Well, I mean, when you went.
Yeah, and the other one was 5 years old. So 11 months and 5 years old. So when I went away,
by the time you get out, they've been through it all.
Yeah,
they've been through,
they were already grown up.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my sons says to me, I said,
at least you got a movie out of it. At least you like celebrity.
Oh, they love that. Yeah, that's my dad. Yeah. My son gets pinched. My son gets pinched. He goes, they go, Dowd, and they look at him. They go, yeah, it's my dad. Oh, wow. He gets everything then, handed it to him and shit. Yeah. He says, Dad, I'm like a celebrity. I get pinched. I said, okay, you just keep getting pinched. That's a real good idea.
Yeah. Now you're dad.
Now I'm proud of you.
No, shout out to the kids.
Yeah, they're doing well right now.
I'm glad.
Amen. They're doing well. Right. One's on the right track. Took a little. He hit the walls a few times.
Who hasn't?
He hit the walls a few times, but he's doing. He was at my house the other day with my grandkids, and it was nice. The other one's out in California raising 2 grandkids, and
that shithole right now.
Yeah, well, but he's in Orange County, so he's converted. I got him looking the right way.
Good.
I got him looking the right way.
Good
he's
thing.
like, I would tell him, he'd be like, like bitch, like bitches that they are, And all of a sudden he's like, Dad, I think I might be voting for your guy. I said, and why is that, son? Or what am I? This racist that I am? This fucking no good, fucking conservative, heartless. He goes, I think up into 30, you're heartless if you like the conservative. After 30. You're stupid if you like liberals, he says. Okay, son, I'm so proud of you now.
Let's go have a beer.
Let's go. Let's go knock one
Get
down.
me a cold one.
Yeah, now be a man. Take that skirt off, you fucking
Now, I wanted to ask you, you had film offers. What made you choose Sony?
I don't choose anybody.
Okay.
They came to me with offers, and really, it's a fucking game, bro. Yeah.
I was just,
it's a game.
I was reading everything.
It's a game. I'm hooked up with you,
Sony.
And you tell me Sony called you.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, what do they want? Well, they want to give you $50 a week, Oh, really? Oh, great. Where do I sign? And you better sign now, because if not, the deal's going to go away, and all this jerk-off moves, and this has been going on now for 6-7 years. So I'm in the middle of one now, another jerk-off move that I hope disappears.
Did Sony fuck you? If you don't want to talk about it.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
They fuck everyone.
Do they?
They fuck everyone.
Yeah. What a shame. Not surprised, but...
Yeah, they spent millions on it.
Well, that's good for them.
But I'm driving a 2004 Toyota Corolla, okay? So they spent millions. I don't know where it went. Anyone can help me out here?
I don't know, because I don't know too many people who haven't fucking watched it. So I know there's this thing called residuals, and how many people watch it. No, I'm not. I'm saying, where did the residuals fucking go?
Someone else is getting it. This is what I'm getting. I'm getting fucking goat nuts.
Yeah. And you're on Amazon Prime.
Amazon
you're on
Prime. Fucking, they're paying everybody but me.
It's $10.99 if I want to buy the motherfuckers. Why? How many years later? The 7.
Yeah. It was 1999, not long ago too, when it first went over to fucking one of those. Yeah, nothing.
Years.
Nothing.
That's fucking.
It's one of the top rated shows ever. Like ever. Anybody that sees it watches it dozens of times.
Yeah.
You know, people that have the time to watch.
Mike,
film.
before I even touched YouTube, knew even who the fuck Michael Dowd. I didn't even know who the fuck you are. Right. It was just, you know, you get with the girl, they watch that fucking Discovery Channel shit all the time, and now it's like fucking TLC. I want to blow my fucking brains out. Like literally put a machine gun in automatic and just pull the fucking trigger. And I guess I shouldn't say that. But you know, so a lot of times I'll go when I get the controller. It's either
when he gets the controller.
It's either fucking Donnie Brasco. I love that movie. It always makes me laugh. Yeah. And this is before I knew you, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I got no need to. Oh. And Bronx Tale. Great movie.
Lilo.
Yeah. I got him in.
Did you? Yeah.
Or he's coming in.
Okay. You should have told me. I would have fucking.
Come in when he comes.
I would have made sure. We hang out once in a while.
Yeah. And the 7.5 because it was real shit. Because I get sick and tired of watching this bullshit that you know is fucking scripted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It's scripted.
Well, they got to make it drama, right?
Drama, right.
But I literally probably watched that fucking 15 times before I even had a clue who the fuck he was. And I was like, wow, he got away with all that.
The big film industry, what they do is they think that this is the best deal you're going to get. This is the best deal. Yeah. There's not going to be another deal like this. You need to sign right now.
Right now. It was a Thanksgiving weekend. Yep. You got to sign now. And you know what? You can't even believe the story. I'm getting, my neck's hurting me. Who's the Korean guy who japped the fucking...
Blame Rogan, because I got the same chairs Rogan has.
Yeah. Who's the Korean guy?
Rocket Man?
Joe's a little bit of a tightwad. Rocket Man. Rocket Man he fucking japped Sony's fucking computer systems, right? Their emails? You heard this?
No.
Yeah. Korea, the army, Korean people, they jap fucking Sony's computers.
Wow, I didn't know that.
The day they're negotiating my contract. They know the numbers on my contract. Everybody does. Who they're releasing the information to the internet. I don't know this. I'm just a regular guy. But Sony notifies people that they're negotiating with that their contracts are public information domain right now, and they're all on fucking being the North Korea's putting it out on the internet. I don't know this. Thanksgiving Day, I got a phone call. We need you to sign by Monday. For what? We're sending you the contract right now. I'm like, well, take it easy. It's a holiday weekend. I'm smart. I'll figure this out. But no, you need to. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. I call Mickey Monday up. Well, who else do you call? You call Mickey Monday because he's in Cocaine Cowboys. He knows. I know he's got a deal with somebody.
Yeah.
That deal's better than mine, Mike. I went, okay, then. That's all I need to hear.
I would have done the same thing, right?
I think he would know. He might have said, anyway, so that's better than yours. He goes, yeah. I go, okay. I signed the fucking deal, send it back. I find out on Tuesday that my contract was negotiated in the millions, not me, for the rights to the film with Sony. So Sony paid several $1 millions for the rights to eventually make a movie of the 7.5. I mean...
That you're completely unaware
and they get me 15 grand? I mean...
You got 50. That's all you got was 50.
I don't remember. But something
peanuts for what it did.
Something like that. I mean, it wasn't much more.
Yeah.
I get 15 grand to own my life rights. And then, of course, the hype, it goes away. Now I'm like looking for anybody to fucking buy my life rights. And they offer me another fucking set of peanuts. Because they do this on purpose. They know what they're doing. They own it. They slow walk it. It loses its hype. Now who's calling you? Nobody. And the minute you sign, you get 3 more phone calls. And it's happened to me 3 times. 3 times.
Unfucking real.
And I'm talking millions I've lost. Millions. Many millions. I'm being promised many millions right now.
I hope you get it because you deserve it.
I'm not going to get it. Sony's not Sony. Someone else is going to fuck me now. And they know who they are.
Yeah, I've heard.
They know who they are.
Yeah, pull up his website. You got a nice website.
Do I?
Yeah, I my day job is marketing. I was looking at you on Rogan. So here, Mike's Dowd site. On the road to redemption.
I didn't fucking put this up.
You didn't put this up?
My son probably did.
Oh, your son did? He did a great job. Read that, Rob, for him. Rob's a good reader. My grammar's fucking terrible.
Mike is on the road to redemption. Aside
He's
from
got the radio voice.
starring in the
96.9.
critically acclaimed documentary The 7-5, Mike has ventured out to share his knowledge on the current policing climate. Currently, Mike engages listeners at schools, universities, and corporate enterprises on topics ranging from corruption, policing, corporate policy, workplace deviance, and many other ethics based on topics. He has come full circle and is again working with the NYPD as a consultant.
That's awesome, Mike. It really is. I mean, you know.
I'm going to cry right now.
Oh, you want a tissue? Go to the gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah, Artie. How was Artie lying? I used to listen to him on CERN all the time.
Oh, there's Nick the Dip.
He's funny
Nick
as a
the
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Artie cracked me up, man. That's a
there's
shame
Tiller.
he got so whacked on that
Artie,
shit.
Tiller, there's John Condillo.
There he is.
There's Mickey Monday there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dowd said,
Sue Costello.
Who's that? I was trying to figure out who's there with Artie.
Yeah, that's the blonde from from Connecticut.
No, the guy.
Oh, that's the writer who tried to write my book. He's a dick.
Oh, he's a
I'm
dick.
not going to say his
I
name.
saw him somewhere.
Yeah. He's a dick.
Who's the guy with the cigar?
That's the director of the 7-5.
That's the director.
Yeah, Tiller Russell.
There he is on Rogan.
Yeah. I don't know who the fuck that is. I have no idea. It's just some people just coming over to take pictures with me one day. I just put them.
Good picture.
Yeah, right?
And then we have Michael's Facebook. Pull that up. And that's facebook.com, the Mike Dowd.
That's mine. I hate that picture.
There.
Yeah. I'm going to tell my son to change that.
Follow. Yep. So you can check him out all there. And he got his Instagram, the Mike Dowd.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's where we went the other night.
Yeah. That's a night. What do you got?
I had to remove. My girlfriend made me remove all her pictures. She's mad at me.
Oh, yeah?
It's just fucking crazy. She was mad. She said, take them all down. I'm, all right.
Yeah, whatever.
Call, hurry.
Yeah. And then you got your Twitter.
Yeah, I just went viral on fucking, what's her name?
Hashtag lobster lunch.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, Candace made me go viral.
Yeah. This is the only reasonable explanation. Only a child believes everything can just magically be free. There's John. Trump on, Biden Taylor.
Yeah.
Yep. You've had quite a life, Mike.
Oh, come on now.
I was boring.
It's just beginning.
Yeah. Hey, you're happy, you're smiling, you're laughing. That's all that matters.
We're above ground, bro.
Yeah, we're not dead.
We're above ground.
You know.
Everybody out there who gets a chance to listen to some of these interviews, I want them to understand that, and I've said it several times, that while we laugh at certain things, life is a serious game, but you know what? You gotta keep a laugh in your heart, because if you take it all too serious, you'll be miserable.
If you dwell on things, you're gonna have a terrible life.
If you fuck up, you get up.
Yeah.
And only those that fuck up step up. Because if you don't step up, you'll never fuck up.
I remember you were saying you hate basketball. I was saying how much I like Kobe.
Yeah.
The reason why I like Kobe was because he never gave up.
Right.
I don't know how much basketball you watch.
I mean, I watched enough. I was in prison for 12 years. By accident, I watched that. And I was a Knick fan until Sparks. Was it Starks? Starks.
John.
John Starks, yeah.
Yeah, John Starks.
Yeah, to him and Ewing left. And then it was done. I was done after that.
Well, yeah, when Kobe was done, when he retired, I kind of, but I fell in love with him because he never gave up.
Right.
And when I would go to the home games, the game would be over.
Right. You lived out in L.A.?
No, I'd fly. I'd fly in Thursdays or Sundays.
Oh, nice.
When they had home games, back at the time. And, the game would be over. They'd play in 40 fucking minutes.
Right.
44 minutes out of 48.
Right.
It's the 80th game of the fucking season.
Yeah, can you give him a minute?
Yeah. He's carrying the fucking team. It was a crazy game. It was really a great game. I mean, he killed himself.
Right.
And this happened multiple times, but this particular time, it was about to be the playoffs.
Right.
And they had to win this to get home court. And I believe it's called the Lexus Lounge, or I forget what lounge it's called. So the game's over, we go up, all the players are back. Kobe's back, and I've seen him do this multiple times. After playing all that time, he missed a couple foul shots during the game where he had to kill himself.
He went out there.
He went back out to the court, and we were up at the Lexus Lounge for 2 hours, getting fucked up pretty much. Yeah. And 2 hours later, you can still see that he's still shooting free throws. After 44 minutes, a game, 80 games, and that's just one example. Yeah. And he just never gave up.
Wow.
And he had that killer instinct, and to me, that meant something to me. So
that's quite the scene. Yeah, that's impressive.
To see somebody with that drive and never give up, and that foul shot that he missed stuck with him.
Yeah.
So then he went out there and shot a gazillion of them.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So he wouldn't do
that's
it
impressive.
So
that's impressive.
You know, I thought that was impressive, and
not
many things.
Yeah.
But thank you, Mike, for your time, for hanging out with the peanut, and I don't mean your peanuts.
No.
Yeah,
Planters peanuts.
And where can you order those cigars at? Online?
Yeah, you can go either. I usually go for a DM message on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, and we'll set you up with some cigars, some nice premium, $200 a box. It's 21 cigars, so it's $10
a deal.
$10 a piece. They're rated a 94. The Dominican Diaz's family makes them in the Dominican Republic, and they're a bold smoke, and I'm told that they're a good smoke. So I'm not a cigar aficionado, but I've had one or two myself. Yeah.
And all that will be in the description. I'll text you and then just send me everything to put in there to help the cause, since these fucks did fuck you and continue to fuck you.
Yeah, they've been trying to knock me down.
Anything I could do to help you.
Thank
You're a great guy.
Thank you.
You're funny as hell. I had a great time. And
We're real.
You're doing a great thing.
Yeah.
And one last thing. Anybody that wants to be a cop, give them a line.
Remember, you're taking the job to be a public servant, okay? It's not about you. I made it about me. And I wish you, I hope you do take the job if you're thinking about it, because we need you. It's sad right now because people are turning away from it. But if you have it in your heart, you'll got my support if that helps, and there are a lot of people like myself, ex-cons, that want the police to do their job.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need you. We need you.
But now I'm going to play devil's advocate because I want you to help out a cop that wants to be a cop. Mike, how can I go be a cop when they're defunding us? I make one fucking wrong move. I drop a fucking staple on a guy and it's attempted murder. But I want to be a cop.
How would you
Mike.
feel if you didn't take the job and someone else?
And then that's the answer to if you're ready to be a cop
right.
or not.
How would you feel if you didn't take it and someone else got that job and you had the chance to make a difference
and save a life?
Save a life. Yeah.
And with that, you can stop bitching about your neck.
Yeah, my neck is fucking killing me.
Yeah, right. He just wants to jerk off.
Thank you very much.
He's full of shit. He just wants to jerk off.
I'm good. Although ex-hamster is on reloop.
All right, Mike. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.